4th of July food eating contest. Hey, Corey. No evidence, no sparklers. Rosemary design, look out! He doesn't even care. What? There you go, you're a little behind. Let's level up.
What about beer?
What about beer? America. Beer.
America.
Beer.
Beer.
Guys, we are on the Level Up Show, episode 30. Woo, I think that
30.
That deserves a woo.
Woo!
I think so. I mean,
Woo!
30 episodes, that's like, what is that?
Syndication.
That's 7.5 months, right?
Oh, I thought
around
we
there.
were talking about other terms. Yes.
But every
Sounds right.
10 episode, that's big. I'm looking forward to episode 50. That's going to be huge.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
that's
to plan something
not
real big
far
for
off.
that. It is and it isn't. I mean, 30, it took us a while to get here, so
We're gonna have to dress up for episode 50.
we will have to dress up or
Yeah.
do something for episode
That would be
50.
weird if we dressed up out of character and in odd clothing.
Yes.
I mean, like,
America! America. We're celebrating America, obviously. It's still this weekend. Happy 4th of July to anyone, even though this is now the 6th. Is this the 6th of July?
It is now the 6th of July. Did you know that? Hey, did you know that people in Sweden and Portugal and other countries celebrate 4th of July with us?
Why?
I have no idea. I haven't figured it out.
Anyone here from Portugal?
or
Sweden? Please let us know why you are celebrating the 4th of July with us.
Sweden, Roger Federer lost.
He did.
He did.
To Djokovic, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Djokovic is awesome, though. I love Federer, but, he's getting old. It had to happen.
He's the winningest guy ever in tennis.
It would have been awesome if he could have won this and then just kind of retired on this, but, he's still the best, I think, ever, in my opinion. But Nadal is getting close on him. I'm sure Djokovic someday will get close on him as well. But I like Djokovic, though. I think he's a fun character, for sure.
America has nothing to contribute.
Only you,
so
Mark,
I
can
don't
prevent house fires.
Okay.
It's mainly in the beanie.
Okay.
No, somebody was saying, oh, no sparklers in the house for 4th of July. And it's like, yeah, well, we try to avoid house fires.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Let's get into what we've been playing, guys. Let's start with... Both of us have been playing the PlayStation Plus Game of the Month, which is Towerfall Ascension.
Well, one of, yeah.
But I think that's the one that I think people were pretty excited about because
Yeah.
it reviewed so well, and it didn't come out that long ago. It's kind of
No.
surprising that they got it on there so quickly.
It's challenging and entertaining.
Here's the problem, though, is that it's local multiplayer,
Right.
and I can't play with you, so
Right.
you're not over here every
Which
day.
is very weird that you would
Yeah.
seclude that, from expanding to, online.
I understand that it's a lot more fun, I'm sure, local.
Oh, I would guarantee it.
It would be
but
nice
still.
if they included it, right? The online multiplayer. I wish they would have, just so I could have gotten into that. Because all I did was play quest mode. Is that you as well?
Yeah.
Quest
That's all
mode.
you can play. I mean, what else are you
It
gonna do?
is challenging. I agree.
Right.
Maybe I just haven't gotten the hang of it yet, but I just
Like the angles that you have to
Yeah.
shoot at, and I don't know. It's just
the wall
it's tough.
jumping, double jumping, and then you start to realize, oh, I can fall through the pits. I'm like, at the beginning, I'm like, I don't want to fall in the pits. If I fall in the pits, I die. And then I realize, oh, wait, if I fall through the pits, I just
Right.
come out the
you
top.
just come out the top anyway.
Yeah. And I keep playing as a soldier. How about you?
I did the hooded thief.
The hooded thief. Okay.
The assassin.
Does he have a bow and arrow?
Yes.
He does.
I think
too.
everybody has a bow and arrow.
Okay. Yeah, because that's all I'm doing right now. I don't know if there's like a shield or anything like that, but I'm jumping on ghost heads and I'm shooting
Right.
bows and arrows.
Wait,
and
you can jump on their heads?
you can jump on their heads, yes.
What the hell am I doing? What
Yeah.
the hell is she doing?
That's the way I was able to really finish off the first like 3 levels. Once I realized, oh, you could jump on their heads. That's actually one of the better ways of killing them.
Right.
I realized.
Oh, well, I'm glad I know that now. I wish I knew that before.
Evan here says my biggest problem for Towerfall, and yet I still bought it.
That was part of another sentence.
That was part of
Good
another
job.
sentence. Not sure what he was saying there.
And then PS Plus gave it to him for free.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I need to play some more, but for free. I know that it reviewed really well, so I'm sure there's more to it than what I've experienced so far.
Right.
And I would like to get that local experience at some point. It would be a lot of fun. The other PlayStation Plus game this month was Strider. Did you play
Right.
that at all?
I haven't gotten to play it yet. I know you said you did a little
I spent
bit.
about 30 minutes with it before the show, and unfortunately, a lot of that was the same as the demo. But I just find myself getting frustrated. Maybe I just haven't figured it all out yet. But I keep getting to these enemies that kind of like launch in the air, and then they hit the ground, and it sends out a shockwave, and you got to jump over the shockwave. But once you get like 2 or 3 of them in the same room, all jumping up, down, and shooting out
It's really
shockwaves.
tough.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not enjoying it so far.
People like Strider. Prozac is now the second one to say that he likes Strider.
Yeah, I need to play some more. Maybe it'll
Tempest
start
is here.
forming.
Thank you for joining us. I know Jason joined us. So guys, thank you for joining us. If you guys were late,
Diarrhea Jason.
But,
Diarrhea Jason, yes, don't forget that.
Apparently
DJ, Diarrhea Jason,
dude,
Westfire, Jason.
Can we call out for the awesome app?
Yeah, definitely. Westfire has been working on the app for a while now, but it just went into alpha last week.
Right, and he's already redone it a couple
yes,
times.
a few times.
It's good.
Emailing back and forth with us, updating it as it goes along, and by the time it gets to beta or the official release, I'm sure it'll be awesome.
Right.
It pretty much just compiles everything that we have on our site as well as our YouTube, and also will be a quick way to find out if we're online. And contact us easily, all those kind of things, all in one application. So look forward to that. We're going to keep you guys updated as that moves forward. And of course, huge thank you to Jason Westfire, DJ, Diarrhea Jason.
Right.
You're reducing his credibility.
I'm not reducing his credibility at all.
The,
He's awesome.
Going back to the topic of the games, though, Dolphins for Life had said that he wants a real game for PS Plus, I guess on PS4.
Oh,
and
here we
now-
go.
AAA
Here we go. AAA, because indies aren't real.
Well, he never,
I mean, I get what he's saying.
He didn't say like, "Oh, indies aren't real." He would just like to see something with a high production value game up on PS Plus, and I can't fault him because PS3 is getting a lot of games like that. I mean, Tomb Raider
Well,
was PS Plus.
I mean,
Dead Space
PS4 has
3
been
was
out
PS Plus.
7 months now, and I'm sure a lot of publishers like Ubisoft and whatnot don't want Assassin's Creed on PlayStation Plus yet. They're still selling. They don't need to put it on PlayStation Plus until it gets to a certain barrier. That's the way it works, I imagine. Sony pays them a certain amount of money
They say, hey,
to put it
listen,
on
your
PlayStation Plus.
I'm surprised that Killzone Shadows Fall hasn't hit it yet. It's down at $20.
They keep updating it with DLC and stuff like that, so maybe they just keep thinking they'll get a little bit more out of it.
$20.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I just think that
it'll happen soon. I'm surprised Knack hasn't been on there yet. I have to imagine Knack isn't selling it anymore.
No.
And I like Knack. I'm going to say it again.
I feel like
thought
Knack was
really good.
PlayStation 4's cameo.
Yeah, kind of. I can agree with that.
Knack is
And for free, I think Knack is definitely worth playing.
Right,
100% for sure. Nice, charming little story for 10 hours. You'll have fun with it for a short amount of time, and then you'll put it to the side.
The main thing that you've been playing though, which is
Resogun.
Resogun.
I can't stop.
He's addicted.
I talked about
What
it so much
number are
last
you?
week. Oh, well, I
You
was.
said, hold on. Just so everybody knows, Drew is on a quest, and he got very upset to know that he got knocked out of the high ranking.
Yes.
At one point, so he set himself on a quest. What number are you at now?
I was at 23 in the world. I'm now at 27 in the world.
Wow.
Are you like seriously?
Yes, in demolition mode, which is
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different story because that's easy.
I've given up on survival because I'm very good at demo, so I'd rather just try and master that and see if I can get into the top 10. I think that's my goal. If I get top 10, I'm tweeting out my score and saying I'm retired. You know, like that's all I want to do. I just want to get
and
into
then
the
you're
top
gonna
10.
clip Lizinski it and then be like, hey,
Yes.
just kidding.
Then I'm back. But that game is just so much fun, and I'm learning more and more like just strategy. Yeah, I've kind of really figured out demo mode, and at some point I'm gonna try and record my next high score. Like if I feel like I'm having a good run, I'm at like halfway through, I'm gonna start recording it and I'll put it up for you guys because I've had a few people say like, put up a video. I want to see how you play, because how are you doing so well? I need to figure out your methods, like your strategy and stuff like that. I will do that.
Can I be your apprentice?
Yeah, exactly. Noble Metal is the guy who wants to be my apprentice.
Drew, I'm
So-
sorry,
that's
you're
funny.
gonna have to record everything, even your failures, and then just like
Study
If
it.
I recorded my failures, you would hear a whole ton of cursing.
you
Is what you would hear.
would need to just not post.
He's gonna
those
turn into, like, a
online.
football
You just need to
coach.
record everything and then only post your successes.
He's
Yes.
gonna be like a football coach and just sit there and study his videos
Yes.
over and over again.
But even more so now that Heroes has come out, that is, in my opinion, the best game on PlayStation 4 still. And this is half year in review, and I can't really talk about Resogun because it was last year, but I'm going to still say that I still
One of the
think that
best
this
games
is
for the PS4.
one of, if not the best game on PS4, especially exclusive-wise.
Right.
Anything else that you've been playing this
Oh
week?
yeah, so I'm gonna say everybody now, right after the show, before they take it off, I feel like everybody should spend the $5 and get SteamWorld Dig. It is one of the most entertaining indie-style arcade games I've played in a while, and I don't
Okay.
really play many of those games.
Yeah.
But it's essentially Dig Dug meets Metroid.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool because you're gonna go, you're basically digging in. You start with a pickaxe and you're picking at it, and then all of a sudden you find enough minerals to where you can upgrade your pickaxe. So now, when it took you 3 times to break the dirt, now it takes you 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
You keep upgrading, and all of a sudden, like, you get all these other cool, add-ons like double jump and like a force pulse, and then all of a sudden has this very what's the dragon's name in Metroid?
In Metroid, I don't know.
Ripley.
Ripley. It has a very Ripley style boss battle at the end. Like classic Ripley style boss battle, and everything is very, very good. I like it. I'm 100% into that. And then I also went back and got very annoyed at Animal Crossing for GameCube.
Tell me what you told me on what you compare Animal Crossing to, because I thought this was pretty funny.
Animal Crossing, I feel like, is Japan, or more so Nintendo's take on Seinfeld the video game. It's really the worst grouping of people in the entire universe. Like, they're all just horrible people.
So kind of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia a little bit too.
Well, yeah, I mean, Always Sunny is the current Seinfeld, I feel like, in a way. But
yeah.
They're all out for their own. They're all rude as anything. Like, I walked up to a guy, and I'm just supposed to go around introducing myself, and he's like, he basically says, "What the hell do you want?" Like, I can't remember his wording, but he's just like, "What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. I'm not your friend. I don't even know you." "Oh, no, just kidding. But no, seriously, stay out of my way." And I'm like, "The fuck, dude? I just wanted to give you a present. Congratulations, you're an ass." Like, it's like an entire town filled with me.
That is a series I've never gotten into at all, and just I've never really.
To me,
had a
honestly,
desire.
that one is just more nostalgia.
Okay.
I played it back in the day with an ex, and it was just something we did. So.
What are you thinking, Kristen?
How I used to eat like a bird when I went on dates with people.
Yeah.
Because I was so shy to eat in front of like someone else. I'm sitting here
'cause,
eating in front
I
of
think people would
65
assume that
people.
you're fat.
No, it was like you're afraid it's gonna get on your mouth, like it's,
Oh, I have that rule. I won't eat. I won't get
like
sandwiches.
pasta.
I won't get
You
sandwiches.
won't get a
when I'm out.
burger this big on a first date because you're just gonna get all over your face.
Yeah.
I have a rule.
I won't eat
sandwiches on a
ribs.
first
Ribs
date.
are like something I won't eat when I'm like around a whole ton of people.
Oh yeah, 100. I never get ribs.
So then when you're at home, you're just like, ah.
Do that again.
No, that's why.
Have an animal.
But no, I'm
face.
sitting here eating in front of a bunch of people and licking my fingers and stuff, so it's just funny.
I feel like that's bringing you
I don't
over.
really do
Good for you.
I
bunch
feel like
of
this
food
brings
on a
me
first
over.
date anyway. It's
Yeah.
not like, I mean, just a small thing if you eat at all.
I'm not saying-
Mostly it's like drinks.
Right, I'm not saying first date. I'm just saying any date. I literally have a rule. I will not buy a sandwich on a date.
I won't get pasta.
100% of the time.
Screw you guys.
No,
If it's
pasta,
like third,
you
fourth
have to, like,
date, I'm
swirl
gonna
it.
pig out.
I feel like this should have been the top of the
On the
spot. What is the worst thing to do on a date? Eat. Like.
No, you can eat.
I'm really glad that. All right. Anyway.
I think we should get
Games.
into, of course, my weekly South Park update.
Games.
How far I've got.
Oh, you've
South
actually
Park.
played
I
it.
played some more, yeah, of course. I put another hour and a half in, and I have reached Canada. Finally.
Oh my God.
I reached Canada, yeah. I went through the forest and I got to it.
The
and-
dire wolves.
Yeah, the dire
bears,
wolves, and you
the
get in
dire
and you suddenly
squirrel.
realize you're in like Zelda, like Final Fantasy 16-bit old school top-down open world where you go into towns and talk to people. It's really really funny that they did that. I love the music. I love
the music is perfect.
I love the dire wolves. Really good. The dire bears as well.
dire
bears.
snakes, dire rabbits.
Haven't gotten to those yet.
Oh really? I'm sorry.
No,
I was lying.
Okay, but I think it's still awesome. Of course, I'm just going back and forth from town to town in Canada, doing these little fetch quest kind of things. Like,
Right.
oh, go to this place, and I'll go to this place. I have a feeling it's not going to last a long time.
No.
I think Canada's probably going to be really short, and I have a feeling I'm getting close to the end of the game. Am I?
Pretty close. I see. The problem for me is I did all the side quests.
Yeah.
So like, what was close to the end
Yeah.
for someone that just ran through it
Yeah.
was like hours away from me.
Yeah.
Because I explored every little different thing. And I tried to get all the trophies.
Another really funny thing is I finally fought Man Bear Pig.
Oh, did you?
And it's just Al Gored in disguise.
That was so
Half
annoying.
Who's that?
half
Well,
bear, half
when did
pig.
you fight him?
Nice night.
Oh, okay. So how far? What level are you?
I'm like level 15.
Okay, so you're up there.
Yeah.
Because if you fight him, like he stays at that level the whole
Yeah.
game. So I tried to fight him really early on.
Yeah, he was
and
tough the first
he
time I fought him, like as a
really
human.
destroyed me.
Yeah, he was tough that first battle, and it probably took me a dozen tries to finally beat him. But him as Man Bear Pig, I guess I've leveled up enough that he wasn't difficult at all. I remember, like I said to her, I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be tough. This might take me
Right.
a while," and I beat him on the first try.
I did like
gruesome.
Yeah.
7 or 8. It took me forever.
Yeah.
Because I did it at like level 9 or something.
Yeah. definitely. Okay, moving on from what we've been playing a little bit. Mark, anything going on with you?
I've been playing through some Dead Space 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was the PS Plus game.
PS Plus
Yeah,
game of the month.
Forgot all about that.
And I gotta say, like, the weapon crafting is really fun.
Okay.
It's like just the different combinations. I have almost a difficult time like picking out what I want to dismember things
Yeah.
with, because that's essentially just like
Now,
the game.
now, have you gotten down to the planet yet?
Yes.
Okay, because
yes.
that's where I hear the game falls apart. I hear the beginning is awesome, and it's like old school Dead Space, and then you get to the planet, and it's not Dead Space anymore.
You get to the planet, and the thing that really bothers me with the story, at least, is that there's like a freaking love triangle in it.
Oh, really?
And it's
Oh.
real, and it's so like contrived, and the one person's acting like
You hate love triangles. This
I
is what
love
you find
him,
Fantasy
but
VII.
he's a xenomorph.
No,
but I love him.
No, it's not even that there's a love triangle. The person's literally acting like a 12-year-old. He's being like pouty, and I just want to punch him in the frickin' face. Like, come on.
You're so upset.
That said, dismembering things is really cool. Right now I have a chain gun. My favorite gun right now is like a chain gun with a saw blade on the bottom. So if things don't die by the time they reach it to me, I pop out the saw blade and just rip it to shreds. So it's a lot of fun.
I have two things to say.
Hey, yeah, what's going on with you this week?
Do you think we need a bigger clock?
Yes.
A bigger clock? Who
You're
said that?
getting a new place, so I think it might need to
Those are
expand.
Dead Space.
Okay, I think our clock is plenty big enough.
My second question, Mark, did you have braces?
Yes, I did.
You have nice teeth.
Thanks.
And they're white. Ladies, they're white teeth.
What is going on with you this
I'm
week?
also
Anything
kinda
new with you?
white.
I
I'm surprised
worked.
they're white.
You worked 4th of July.
4th of July. I ate.
Yeah, so did I. Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
You still came out drinking afterwards.
I ate a lot of food.
Because America.
What else did I do?
Yeah.
We had our inspection on our house.
We got a house inspection. We spent a lot of money.
Oh yeah. How did that go, by the way?
The inspection, good.
Yeah.
Everything's going good. There's just the normal stuff. The furnace is kind of old, so we're looking into that.
No one cares.
But yeah, just everything's good. This is like a for sure thing now. I'd say we're getting this house.
Metal coil water heater.
What was that?
Get a metal coil water heater.
They have a new water heater, so it'll
Oh.
probably be another 7 years or so
Oh,
before
I'm done
we
eating.
need
I
to
ate too
update
much.
that. But everything's going good on the house front, guys. Look forward to our new show and our new house.
Moving date?
The settlement date is August 22nd,
Oh,
so
okay.
it'll be sometime after that, guys, that we move into our new space and change the
With the huge
Level Up Show
freaking
location.
closet.
I don't even want to acknowledge it, but I really want to say that was actually pretty good.
What was?
Mark, yes?
I'd chuckle, but still.
Okay, thank you.
I missed something.
Let's keep the.
Read.
Does she work at Subway?
No, shut up!
Okay. Don't read it out loud. I didn't know that part of it. I was just reading it. Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
kind of clever.
Right? That's what I said. I like
That's
that.
clever, Huckleberry. I'll give it to you.
We're gonna give it to
I still timed them out.
you. You still time them out for that? Oh,
Aw.
I feel bad. Hey, look at the number.
He's been saying.
All right, guys, we are at 123. We jumped up just
No
suddenly
ever
out of
did hair,
nowhere.
you did not get timed out.
But
Okay.
whenever we get the 100 or above, we always
though, if you want.
go into all of our stuff
No.
here. So guys, we are the Level Up Show. We are a gaming dedicated video stream on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm Andrew. This is Mike, Mark,
Marco.
Kristen. Mark and Kristen are in the chat rooms with you guys right now. Look for them. It's marked words over here, and Kristen says be nice. So
Bernice.
they are official, you know,
Burness.
Kristen Burness. They're officially Level Up Show members in the chat room, so you can chat with them, of course. But in the meantime, while you're watching the show, please make sure that you go to all of our channels and add us, follow us, heart us, whatever it takes. Twitch.tv is very important, obviously. If you follow us there, you'll get an email notification whenever we go live. We'd love for you to follow us on Twitter at The Level Up Show, level spelled LVL. Like us on Facebook. Check out our official website, thelevelupshow.com, for reviews, editorials, articles. And YouTube is a big deal for us now as well. YouTube.com/The Level Up Show, level spelled LVL. We've got all of our archived episodes on there. We've got replays, is what we call them, which is little 5 to 10 minute segments that we think you guys would enjoy from each episode, as well as the Beast NJ. He's got his own little segment up on there called Game On, which is like a video blog, and a whole bunch of other content too, like video reviews, is going to keep going up moving forward.
Jagons.
And Jagons is in the room. Of course, he's been in here for a little while now. And Vantera, Joey, also. Guys, finally, please add Mike and I on PSN. I am Drew M1788, and Mike here is Noob Guru.
What?
It's an awesome name. I like saying it slowly. It's cool. So how
I'm so glad I
about?
coined that like 6 years ago.
Yeah, seriously. I think it's perfect. I really like it a lot. How about we get into our level update?
Is that-
I am lost.
Alrighty.
America.
Can continue the update on this story. Last week we talked about Hironobu Sakaguchi
Yes, we did.
teasing his project that was going to be announced at the Japanese Expo.
Is it going to be a movie? Is it going to be a game?
It is a game.
Yes, it is.
But it is iOS Android.
I'm not that disappointed by that.
No, because it still is a true Japanese RPG.
And you got to think about there's things like the Amazon TV,
Yes.
and there's so many of these units that you can play these games on the TV with. So.
It's freemium, coming in September, but the game is balanced.
Thank you, Rubber Band Man, for the friend request.
So that the story scenario can be beaten without ever having to spend any money. I'm
Thank
sure
God.
that you might need to if you are maybe not so good at Japanese RPGs. Maybe you
Right.
need to buy certain weapons or maybe level up quicker. I'm not sure how they're going to do it.
I'd be willing to pay something if it's good quality, something like
Yeah.
that. I'd be willing to pay. For.
I would love to go with Hironobu Sakaguchi story, Japanese RPG, without having to spend any money. That would be a lot of fun, and I wouldn't mind spending a
But
little
I
bit.
mean, I personally, and this goes back to with the freemium stuff.
Yeah.
They do freemium because you have to get paid for ads, but they get more money because they know people are going to pay for stuff.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you, as somebody who's a big, I don't know, you always should try to support your game developer.
Yes.
By not getting used games. So isn't that a little bit hypocritical if you say you're going to play this for free and just take advantage of that?
I think it depends. I mean,
A little bit.
This is what they're saying though. They're saying that you can play without ever having to spend money. That's their decision. But I bet you probably will want to spend a little bit of money, and I will if I have to beat the game and it's like a chore because I need to spend money. I'll start spending money for sure, especially if it's good. No problem at all there.
Right.
What I'm really excited about actually is the music because Nobuo Uematsu
Right.
is doing the soundtrack. And if you guys don't know who Uematsu is, he is the original Final Fantasy composer. He's
Right,
been
from, like,
he was
the
1 through
original
10.
or something, I think.
He half did 10 with I'm trying to remember his name, but he did half of 10, and then he did 11 as well. But he kind of started to come off of it there, and he went over to Lost Odyssey and
A lot of
Blue
people say that
Dragon.
8 had the best sound.
8 has one of the best soundtracks for sure. Yeah, I agree with that. 9 is Nobuo Uematsu's favorite soundtrack.
Houdini, my weenie, thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
Houdini, my weenie.
Also, I saw in here real quick. Thank you, Alexander92DC, for your Twitter follow. We really appreciate that. What else do we got here? Sakaguchi is planning some sort of collaboration with other game creators. I'm not sure exactly what that means yet, but he would like to make a console version in the
Right.
future as well.
Right, so that might mean that it'll come to arcade, indie, something like that.
I'm excited though. I would have loved for it to be a console game right now from the beginning, but I'm not gonna get down on this yet. I want to see what it looks like. Hopefully, it's a cool looking 16-bit Japanese
That's
RPG.
what I'm really hoping to see.
I'm excited for sure.
So.
I mean, Big Red Kaz had said JRPGs just haven't been good in a while for him.
The last great one was, I think, Ni no Kuni for me. I really, really enjoyed Ni no Kuni, guys. Check that out. And Persona, even though that's a game from 2006. If you haven't played Persona Golden for Vita, please play that game. It's really, really great, as well as Ni no Kuni.
Yeah. Dolphins.
Ni no Kuni.
America. The Order 1886 has one ending. I'm guessing that people were curious if it was going to have multiples or something like that.
I guess with like the quick time events and being able to fail quick time events and maybe being able to change the outcome of certain scenarios, people were just kind of wondering if maybe that could mean multiple outcomes for the entire game.
Right.
But no, that's not the case.
So, but Ray at Dawn's Mark Turndorf?
Yep.
Turndorf?
Hodor. Yeah, is that
Hodor.
It's a story-driven linear experience. There are some branches here and there and different ways to do things, but we're trying to tell one story with one compelling ending. The filmic integration is obviously one of the selling points of the game, and the developers are confident in it. We think it's going to blow players away with the seamless integration of filmic and gameplay in one awesome package. What? I missed it.
Oh,
that's awesome.
There is somebody in the chat room called
That
Blake's
is
Hairy Chest.
So great.
I'm
Yes.
dying to get shit.
That must be the same person that was Kristen Says Be Naughty last week. I have a feeling.
I feel like it's Greg.
Maybe.
I don't know. So, I mean, before that, there
No,
was Mark's
Greg-
Beanie.
Mark
Yeah.
Cheney?
No,
Okay.
Greg was in there while the other guy was
Was he?
talking. Yeah.
But you can have it 2 windows.
Yeah, this guy could be going all out, making multiple windows, multiple accounts, and talking with himself across multiple accounts.
Yeah.
Really trying to sell this. It's possible. But what do we think about this? I'm okay with it because it is a story-driven experience, like The Last of Us with Naughty Dog. They said, I don't want to go into spoilers because a lot of people are going to be playing The Last of Us soon, but there is a situation at the end of The Last of Us where I think some people were maybe expecting, maybe I can choose what to do here.
Why?
You know what I mean? But that wasn't what Naughty Dog wanted. They were telling a story, and they didn't want you to have any choice.
I guess because it's a game, so people feel like you deserve more choice, and that's the benefit of the game.
In my opinion, it would have ruined The Last of Us's ending.
We've kind of been, I guess, accustomed to choices at the end of games.
Yes.
With some of them just being like, okay, well, and then that's like the whole like, oh, you can choose your own story. Now you get like this option A or B. There's not. Really
it works every now and then, but when it's like when it's a strongly story-driven experience, I usually do like to have one story told by the developer, no ifs, ands, or buts. It's just this is what we wanted to tell. Nothing else. So I think it's pretty cool. I'm happy about it.
Right.
I hope that everyone gets past this whole QTA bull crap. But I think we'll turn that into a topic of the week someday soon.
Any issue with any of this, and this story right here, I'm really kind of not bothered that I had to read it, but I feel like it was a waste of my time. Because of no, seriously, because I don't feel like there was an issue enough to where I was like, hey, I hope it's just one ending and it tells me a good story. It's
people are just down on this game.
1886 is coming out and it's going to be a great story. Can't wait to see what the one ending is.
I think people just aren't finding any excuse to get down on this game right now. So it's our job, I guess, to get people back on board. Like, it's gonna be good, guys. Don't worry. I really think it's gonna be good.
I swear.
Yeah. It could turn out to be shit, but I do think it's gonna be good. I do. I really do.
Quick disclaimer in there.
It's my turn.
Kristen reads.
Kristen can read.
Hashtag Kristen.
Wait, Mike, where are you from?
America.
Is that a melon behind your laptop?
No, it is not.
No, I'm just happy to see you.
Anyway, Dragon Age Inquisition to feature a fully gay male. His name is Dorian. He's a mage and BioWare's first fully gay male. Interesting. Writer David Gator. Dorian is gay. He is, in fact, the first fully gay character I've had the opportunity to write. It added an interesting dimension to his backstory, considering he comes from a place where perfection is the face that every mage puts on, and anything that smacks of deviancy is shameful and meant to be hidden. Dorian's refusal to play along with that facade is seen as stubborn and pointless by his family, which has contributed to his status as a pariah.
This is awesome.
I suppose this aspect of Dorian will make him controversial in some quarters, but I was glad to include it.
Okay, here's what I have to say about this. I hate that he came out and even talked about this. Why is this a deal? Why are you talking about this? And that's the reason I added the story for the most part is, well, hold on a sec. I don't want to get into spoilers for other games, but there has been a few games recently that have gotten into gay territory with central characters that's never said anything about it.
So Dragon Age...
Why are we talking about this?
Because of the last Dragon Age, it actually did draw some criticism and some controversy in cable television. So I don't know if you remember all that, but there was actually big issues and big stories. There's whole things about it. I mean, Fox News, because they're the most credible news source out there, America.
Sure, of course. We'll talk about Fox News later.
Yes, we will. America.
That was such a good story.
So they were actually coming out saying, basically the harmful, things that this can have on our youth and all this stuff.
Okay.
In classic Fox, propaganda bullshit.
Because movies and books haven't covered this for hundreds of years.
It's just really annoying that I agree. I hate that we have to talk about this type of stuff. I really wish that it was a non-issue to where it was a, hey, cool, I could be a girl. Oh, I can make my character gay. Yeah. And it's not like a, oh shit, he can make a character gay.
We have to release a story and announce ahead of time. Yeah.
Like it's bullshit, and I blame you people. Not you people, but I blame you, America.
You shouldn't. Big Red Kaz agrees with you.
Yeah, I really wish it was. I wish we could just release these games and these things would happen and be like, oh, okay,
right,
okay.
Hey, it's a character.
It's a character.
Why does it matter?
Yeah,
because he's the first. That's why it matters.
He's not. He's the first for them.
He's the first in this. He's the first in this game that they've announced. But he's been. That's what I'm saying. He's been in other ones and they got news. They got.
And he's not even the first gay. He's the first fully gay. Whatever that means. It just means that in other games you can choose your sex, but in this one, there's no choice. This guy's gay no matter what you want to do with him. So he's gay.
I have two things to say. Hello, Dolphins for Life.
Yeah.
And I would also like to say
I really wish that
game?
you were connected. Oh.
Like, does he do gay stuff? Is that why it's? a
Well,
big
he
deal?
get so if part of the part of the game of Dragon Age is there's a love, romantic interest and stuff
And you
like
can
that,
choose
and you
sometimes.
can choose and everything like that. So he'll be able to choose interactions with other men.
Yes. But
Whereas
in
the
this
last
situation,
one-
you don't get to choose for this guy because
Right.
that's why he's fully gay. I'm guessing.
Right.
So.
And I'm not going to say the other games that have gay characters because that's a spoiler for some games for sure.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
We talked about it, so it's big
You
news.
talking about Grease out.
Yeah, I guess so. I wanted to put it in there because I'm kind of frustrated that's a story. That's why I put it in there.
Chick sounds manly.
Thank you.
Do I?
America.
I'm going to turn on Skype. Skype!
Yeah.
I think I sound like a squirrel. So.
Mark will put that in the chat room for you guys. It is the Level Up Show, spelled
nice
exactly
chat.
how it sounds with no spaces. I am putting
Yes,
our
thank
Skype
you.
online right now.
Can you just?
It is.
Yes.
I
yes,
made
it is.
a lesbian
Just so you guys know that are just joining us for the first time. Thank you first off. And just so you know, this right here is Mark in the chat room. He has marked words. This over here is Kristen in the chat room. She is Kristen says Bernice. And
Nice.
if you guys ask questions, obviously we're not gonna be able to get to everybody, but they are, they're gonna help answer, and they're gonna be talking to you guys, and just like everybody else in there. So, if you guys have a question, we'll try to get to it for you. But
Kristen's neck. There's someone called Kristen's neck.
oh, sweet, we have both of them now.
Thank you, real quick,
All right.
Dean, the Beast NJ, for following us on Twitch. All you guys,
About damn
all
time.
you guys can follow us on Twitch like Dean did. So please go to twitch.tv/the Level Up Show right there on the TV and heart us on there, please.
Yep.
Show your support. We really appreciate it. And we're also waiting for any calls. Mark continues to put our Skype ID in the chat room for you guys, and we can talk about any of the 3 stories we've already discussed. Of course, we're going to be in the chat rooms until then. Who is Mark? That's Mark. Right over there. Beanie guy.
Hi, Mark. Hi.
Marked words in the chat room.
I need
So
to read
while we're
something.
waiting for a caller,
Yeah.
I was gonna read that.
VTech did agree with the Order 1886. He says could probably be as good as Resident Evil 4 if they do it right.
Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil 4 is one of the
that
best
was a linear
games.
story. I mean, there
Yeah.
wasn't any choosing in that.
No.
Well, that's.
It
I
took
would still love to
what
go
it
back
was
and play that.
put in there to do, and it did it incredibly well.
Yeah.
I want to read a comment from Articus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Articus says he is the first gay playable character for BioWare.
Mhm.
There were gay characters in Mass Effect, but they were not playable, and you could choose either way with Shepard.
Well,
Yes,
I think
exactly.
wasn't the girl in Dragon Age 2
I wouldn't know. I never played.
a lesbian, or if you wanted her to be a lesbian?
That's the thing. If you wanted her to be,
Right.
the idea behind fully gay is that you don't have control. This guy is gay. Do not try and change him.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Because it's the thing. It's like do not try and change this guy.
They're gonna
He
send him
he is
to.
gay.
They're gonna pray the gay away.
Yeah. People are gonna be like, no, I don't want him to be gay. It's like, no, this guy is gay.
It
There's
doesn't-
nothing you can do about
It
it.
doesn't even matter. Who cares what he is?
No, well, it could be cool story-wise. I mean, they could do some great stuff with it, and I hope they do. I just wish it wasn't something they needed to announce 3 months ahead of time.
Could be a
America.
really good game.
Yeah.
If it's a good game, then I don't think it matters.
Talk about DayZ, says Seconder.
Apparently, people say that I'm the white LeBron James.
Yes,
I don't
someone
see
just
this.
tweeted at us that you
I
were
don't see this at all in any way.
Hashtag headband. is what
I
it
feel like I'd be LeBron James if he broke his leg, couldn't play basketball anymore, and just ate himself into depression
says. Mhm.
Comment.
and turned white.
I think this is from
That'd be
N7
more
Finn.
close to it.
Okay, yeah, go
I
ahead.
think Jade Empire included a possibly gay character too, but can't remember for sure.
GTA.
Jade Empire, that was a while back, and I always remember that game got a 9.9 on IGN, and everyone flipped crap.
Right.
No, this game does not deserve a 9.9. And maybe not, because not a lot of people talk about that game anymore. It was that's the first time I've heard Jade Empire in a very long time. But I hear it's a good game.
Oh, DJ.
DJ.
That was actually pretty funny.
This is
I
a
just read
gaming
that.
show. Yes, the clock is big. Yes, the dog is thrown out the window.
right.
And yes, that is a boob on the table. Welcome.
Houdini, my weenie, thank you for the comment on my chest earlier, but I feel like it's about time that Mark times you out because I'm just getting annoyed.
Houdini, my weenie.
One more time.
One more
No.
time.
No,
one more
just
time.
The whole thing.
Give him one
the
more
whole
time.
Just do it.
This is my chat. I have the power.
power.
N7 Finn loved Jade Empire. I would love to know more about that game because never played it, never looked into it besides the 9.9. How about we move on? Usually our first segment never gets calls, so that ball is leaking guy. I'm not sure what that means.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna shut off the Skype lines for now, guys, but we'll open them back up after our next
See, even
news segment.
Dean agrees.
What?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
It's fine.
Do it.
It's
Do it.
fine.
So E3 has ended, and
It
after
has.
E3, we always get the E3 2000 whatever Game Critics Award.
This
for
year's 14.
This year's 14.
Yeah.
And I think, to your not surprise, but I think pleasure and
Mark's.
excitement,
Mark actually
and Mark
agreed
as
with
well.
this.
Evolve took away a lot of awards.
Holy crap.
Best of show, best console game, best action game, and best online multiplayer. So that's huge. Congratulations to Evolve. Does look awesome.
Yeah.
I think
I'm all about that. I
I might
said this
have to
for
get it
weeks.
just because you guys are, and I'm gonna want to play with you guys for sure. Looks like a lot of fun.
We've been having some very heated discussions about this too, by
Yeah.
the way.
I don't know about
Not heated, but like
but-
very in depth, like trying to figure out
Yeah.
the strategy, I guess, to the game.
Dingus
So-
Fungus 123 play Persona and Tearaway, and Uncharted
And kills it.
and Killzone.
And what's the other one? Shit.
Let's get
Muramasa
back
and what's the other one? There's one more.
One with the really busty chick that everyone
Yes,
got over. Dragon's Crown.
Oh no, I was thinking about Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush and Dragon's Crown too. I think that's what it's called, Dragon's Crown. There's a good bunch of games on Vita for sure. Moving on from that, we talked about No Man's Sky a lot.
Look at Jason. Yeah, we did.
A lot last week, and that took away a good bit of awards. It got Best Original Game, Best Indie Game, and also a special commendation for innovation. So congrats to No
I'm
Man's
all about
Sky.
that. That's a game we're all, and clearly the viewers are all very.
Yeah, I people loved that segment last week because they were so excited for that game. Let's go down these really quickly. Best handheld went to Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Best PC to Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, which did look awesome.
Also, no surprise.
Best hardware, Oculus Rift. No,
No
not really
contender.
surprised. Yeah,
No contender, really, in
Does
that.
look really awesome. Action adventure went to Batman Arkham Knight.
Okay,
Best
that-
role playing Dragon Age Inquisition. We were just talking
Surprising
about
over The Witcher,
Over the Witcher. True.
which
That
is very surprising. to me.
Yeah.
There's another surprising one coming down.
Yeah,
Best
I-
fighting game, Super Smash Bros. For
No surprise
Wii
at all.
U. Best racing game, The Crew.
And that was a big one I was going to talk about because, but at the same time, there's a reason for that.
What do you think?
How much Drive Club did we see up there?
None, really.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean maybe they don't have much to show anymore. It's coming out pretty soon. But I think The Crew is as well, right? Isn't The Crew coming out pretty soon?
October,
I thought it was this year, but I could be
I'm
wrong.
not sure.
October-ish?
I haven't been following the
I
crew.
think.
Dingus
Oh,
Fungus
we'll see.
123 is still skeptical about No Man's Sky. Yeah, I agree with that a little bit. They're promising a lot, and we don't know for sure if they can, deliver on those promises because they're such a small team with a lot of ambition.
4 guys.
Yeah, and up to 7, I think.
Oh no, he did say 7.
Carlos said last week, but I'm still really excited. Finally, we had Best Strategy Game or Sports Game go to NHL 15. Best Strategy Game went to Civilization Beyond Earth, and Best Social Casual Family Game went to Mario Maker, which is an awesome idea.
Waterproof.
Mario Maker, I think, is they should have done this a long time ago. So many people have been wanting to make their own Mario levels and have
Yes.
through mods for a very long time. But now the idea of being able to share all those Mario levels and pretty much make it eternal, like Mario it's never ending now because people are going to be making awesome levels for a very long time.
Thank
So-
you, Dean. The crew
I
is
think it would
November.
be more interesting to see like the non-levels that people wind up creating.
Okay.
That just do kind of like art things instead.
Okay.
And like crazy character shapes.
That's usually Little Big Planet as well. Like most of the stuff you like to look at in Little Big Planet are not the like straight platforming levels. It's the crazy stuff that people experiment with or artistic stuff. I remember the big thing in Little Big Planet near release was someone created a working calculator in it using all like the different like if statements and statements and all those crazy kind of things through Little Big Planet, and it was
Right.
working. Like you could do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division to like huge numbers. It all worked. So that was really impressive. And what was really cool about it too is they allowed you to back out and see how it worked. Like all the wires that were run to make it work. So yeah, I agree completely. I think same with Little Big Planet, Mario Maker is going to be about seeing the interesting, innovative stuff that people do. We know what Mario levels are like. We want to see the ideas that we haven't seen yet.
And there's some crazy mods that people have put up
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
So I'm just really eager
Mark,
to
I'll
see what
take
they
care
do.
of this.
Okay.
If they can control like jump height and speed and all those kind of things, they make some really ridiculous level. It could be pretty cool, I think.
Definitely. It'd be really funny.
So this one, and it's interesting. Was this at the
Miyamoto's been saying a few things recently.
right? Was this in an interview with
Yes,
somebody? Or,
exactly.
okay. So Miyamoto thinks that the video game industry is still creatively immature, and I will completely agree, especially after this. He says it might have seemed as though there wasn't a wide variety of software at E3, and as though many people followed the same direction to make their video games. I believe this is a revelation of creative immaturity on our part as creators in the video game industry, and I completely agree. We
Yeah.
seem to a lot, and it's more so the publishers. Okay, well this does good in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. this does good in Assassin's Creed. Let's do it again. So I completely agree with that. To survive in the entertainment industry, it is often the case that everyone tries to follow suit with the strong one. My comment may be a risk of being misinterpreted, but in the digital content field, I think that our creativity is still immature. In the world of comic books and movies, there are people who are challenging themselves to be even more creative than before in creating their content. I believe that we, those of us who are creating digital content called video games, are still in a transitional period and will eventually step up into the phases where we expand and enrich the substance of our creativity.
I think that he's being a little harsh.
No.
I think that here's the thing. Once again, as so many people do, why are we just completely neglecting indies? Okay, yeah, maybe with AAAs we're not seeing a lot of innovation, but indies have been doing for the last 5 years wildly innovative stuff.
Just like someone said in the room earlier, I want to see a real game on for PS Plus.
And I think that statement.
Right, but that's the problem, and I'm gonna get into that later.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I'm glad that you will, because it bothers me, because I agree that in the AAA space I agree completely with him. I think that we do have
Right.
a long ways to go.
And I think that's the only thing he's actually regarding in this.
Okay, if that's the case, then sure, but I think there needs to be a caveat there. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That indie-wise, I think we're seeing a lot of really cool stuff, and that's why I think this generation is going to be awesome, because we're going to get our blockbusters and our kind of core stuff with the AAAs, which we'll try some new things, but we're going to always be able to fall back on those indies when it comes to really, really cool creative stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you do it, because Chris did it.
I gave Weenie another shot to be nice, and he wasn't, so he's gone.
Sorry, Weenie. He's still here.
No, don't
probably.
say sorry. He's a douche.
He might still be in the room.
I don't care. He's a douche.
He's a douche, but he can still. You can watch us as a douche. So
Just yell at your TV. It's just as productive as making comments.
Just talk to a wall. You can do.
Leave his
You're up.
girlfriend alone.
I'm blue.
You're
Yes,
blue.
you're
I'm a
blue.
D. I'm a die. I'm a D. I'm a die.
Reverse blue.
Just real quick, thank you, Dolphins for Life. I think that's how it's spelled.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
America.
America.
Hey, Lon77Lon. Hello.
Big Sean, yes.
Hey, Mark. Question mark.
And I look at Mark, just goes yes.
Yes.
All right.
Can I take you to prom?
DualShock 4 can now be
Oh, for
used
problems.
as a wireless controller for PS3, a result of the most recent PS3 firmware update. Instructions on setting up the wireless controller. I guess I will read them.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
1. Under accessory
People
settings.
really doing this?
No, you want me to read this just so it goes quick?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Just don't make it slow. Just go real quick.
Under accessory settings, select Manage Bluetooth Devices.
Okay.
Select Register New Device, then start scanning. While the PS3 is scanning, press and hold the Share button and PS button on the DS4 at the same time until a tart starts blinking. He's telling me to... The PS3 should then see the wireless controller from there. The DS4 is going to show up as a wireless controller. Once selected, the registration is complete. Pressing the PS button on the DS4 will now turn the controller on. The LED will light up white while it's on.
And finally, however,
However-
it's only
No.
a generic controller.
However, it is only recognized as a generic controller.
Do not overstep your boundaries, Drew.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
So no rumble or motion controls supported.
That's the sad part. No rumble, no motion control.
Girls like that.
But this is better than it was. The thing
Yeah,
was,
100%.
You had to hook your controller up to a USB cable and all this kind of crazy crap, and you could never disconnect it. And it only worked for a handful of games, like maybe half of them. But now it's become much more widely supported, and you don't have to plug it in anymore. So hopefully it just keeps getting better, and they'll add the rumble and the motion. I know, Dean was saying in the chat, in our G chat, that now I can play Last of Us with the PS4 controller, which is that's exactly the case. Grand Theft Auto 5, all those great PS3 games. Because let's be honest, the DualShock 4 is a million times better than the DualShock 3.
100%.
Yeah, it's so much better.
Remember before when I always said that I will swear to this till the day I die, the Xbox 360 controller is light years better than the DualShock 3.
I can say that I like this better than the Xbox 360 controller though.
I was in a store earlier,
Yeah.
and then I got bored. I went to another store, and I decided to walk around, and they had a display for the
Yeah.
Xbox One, and I picked it up, and the triggers felt weird to me now.
I was playing with an Xbox One yesterday over at my cousin's house, and I realized
weird
that
because the triggers are up here instead of down here now.
now that they've placed the symmetrical sticks higher, this is the way it should be. It makes perfect sense that you have symmetrical
like
hands. You have symmetrical hands. You should have symmetrical buttons.
For me, more so, it's the triggers.
Okay, I'm going to say that I felt weird having to put my finger up here, and then whenever I wanted to use the directional pad, it was odd. And that's because for the Xbox One controller, that's in an odd place. With this controller, I feel like everything is in a good place. I think this is the best controller that I've ever used. In my opinion, this is the best controller I've ever used. But I'm also someone that has come from a
We also haven't really given
background.
too much time with the Xbox controller, so we can't really give a real assessment of it. So I think doesn't Dean have an Xbox One or no?
He might. I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
I know that it's a good controller, and I think a lot of people might even like the 360 controller better. But I just think that as far as like a jump goes, the PS4 is just so wildly better than the PS3 controller that's why this is good news. Now people can use it.
Right. Anyway, on to our last very entertaining American story.
Oh yeah, one more story. This is a 4 story segment. We were talking about Fox News earlier. America.
I should read it.
I love it.
Fox News rips off the BioShock Infinite logo. Did anyone see this?
Yes.
Did you not see it? No,
Did
did you?
Yeah, I'm asking if people in the chat room saw it. I think it's really funny. It really is. Like, there's no way this is coincidence. I can't imagine. It's exactly the same. They use it for a segment called Defending the Homeland. And you can find it online, of course, the little segment.
Right.
Director Ken Levine, though, had a little bit of fun with it. He went on Twitter, and he said, it's not the irony of that Fox News thing that bothers me so much, it's the typesetting. And then he also said that he was glad to help.
Right.
So I think it's really funny. I doubt there's going to be any ramifications of it. It's just...
Not at all. It just shows like somebody on Fox News' team screwed the pooch really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To just like blink. I don't know if it's.
Or they
maybe
made it
just-
on purpose.
No, you can't really. Well,
No.
one, it's absurd to like use, especially the themes of BioShock Infinite with just like.
Right. Well, that's what with
Yeah.
Fox.
Government.
Well, with Fox especially, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if maybe it was a producer somewhere saw the image online and was like, yeah, this is exactly what I want, just make it, and some intern was just like, all right, I'll just do it, because that's what happens. But it's like, why would you do that? That's so dumb.
Guys,
Thank you for coming in the room.
we're now going to our comment and call section. You guys can call in, or if you have comments.
Right,
if we don't
sir.
get to you while we're reading the news, we apologize. We tend to cover a lot more than a lot of other shows seem to. Just because we want to be as...
We have a
Not that
different
they're
format.
bad, don't get me wrong. We're a completely different format, so we don't get to your comment right away.
Yeah.
These two, that's why these two are in the chat room. Kristen says be nice, and Mark Words right here, and they will be more than happy to answer it. And if it's something that important, just ask them. Say, hey, Mark, or hey, Kristen, when you get a chance, can you ask Drew or to ask Mike, whatever, and we'll be more than happy to get to it.
Yeah, but we just did open up the Skype lines. This is our segment to talk with you guys. So please call in at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces on Skype. Also, thank you to Blaze Socks for your follow on Twitch. Really appreciate
But
that.
I was reading that.
If we get like a whole bunch of them. Oh, there's a few others too.
If you follow
Go ahead.
us, I will read out your name.
Yeah, we got a few Twitch ones
Yeah.
there. Go ahead, say them.
Blaz Socks?
Yep.
Blaz Socks. The Razor 220. I like that. That sounds like an intense, like, $100 razor.
220 blades. Yeah.
Kristen's neck is now following
perfect.
you.
Kristen's neck is following us on Twitch. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for your follow.
Broken Crown, whatever your name is, no, is the answer. But thanks.
Thanks.
Are you guys racist or something?
No,
Not anyway.
not in any way. But you guys can call in on Skype right now.
Yeah, I mean,
America.
Big Red Cause, sampling things happens, and I'm not saying everything is totally original, but if you see this picture, it is literally the BioShock Infinite
Right.
logo, and then somebody takes that text and then
Just
does
writes
it in the
something
same
over it.
exact style, and then
Right.
just puts like Homeland,
Defending the Homeland,
defending
yeah.
the Homeland, and it's not like just referencing it, and, which would be like, oh, okay, things inside of a shape, whatever, American flag behind it. This is literally the BioShock Infinite logo.
Fussfilled Scab, you can just ask me your stuff, bud.
Hey,
Hi.
Hostile Sky.
And also to someone asking about WWE 2K15,
Yes.
all I know is that John Cena's on the cover. That's all I know about WWE. I'm not big into wrestling. Never played the games besides like NWO Revenge back on like N64. So it's been a long time since I've been into that.
America.
Oh, it's quiet.
It is quiet.
Yeah, that
We
was
just got
really
a,
weird dead air. I was
Thank you,
surprised.
Joe Ranko, for your Twitter mention. What did he say? Let's find
Dolphins for
out.
Life was asking about PlayStation TV. if you want to.
Yeah, so
some
Dubbins
stuff.
for Life was asking about what we thought about PlayStation TV. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
don't
awesome,
have a need for it myself. Hey, there we go again. I don't have a need for it myself right now, but I know you do, and you will more so in your new house.
In the new house, it might be really cool to have it just to be able to stream my PS4 to other TVs for sure. I think for the price, it's great.
100%.
If you already have a controller, especially, you get it for $99, and then you can play your Vita games on the big screen. You can stream your PS4 to other TVs in the house. I think it's really awesome. So I'll be getting it when it comes out. Do we know when it comes out? Did they say that? I don't think they did.
Alex Lucci, I don't think you want me saying anything on repeat as your ringtone. I did that. You remember my buddy from GameStop? Peter, right? There's a thing on Preston and Steve, which is a local radio program here, and they do this like weird voice thing. And I just did it over and over again where the guy's like, hey! Yeah, that's the pituation. Pituation.
Hey! 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 Where are we based in? We are based in New Jersey. America. New Jersey, America.
New Jersey, America.
USA.
Someone's asking if the Last of Us remake is worth it. I think so, because I'm getting it and I've already played it and I'm still getting it. But I think for anyone who hasn't played it, I think you'd be missing out on something for sure.
So I feel bad that
Andrew really likes
King of Epic
King
of Epic has been asking a lot of sports questions, and that might also be why we haven't do his comment.
Yeah, we're not.
We don't really play a lot of sports games, so if you have any questions for that, we're probably not the best people that we ask.
No, definitely not.
I play Madden if I have to with other people.
Tempest will be talking about Cliffy B in another news segment, so just hold on a little bit longer. That's a big story. We're obviously going to cover it.
So psyched. I'm really mad that I don't have that one.
And someone asked if I like Strider. I'm only about 30 minutes in. So far, it's not interesting me greatly, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying it out, see if it starts to grow on me. Right now, I'm just lukewarm on it. It's just not grabbing me.
Yeah. Hey, is our Skype line on and the volume on?
Yep.
Okay.
No one wants to call us.
There we go. We got a call right now.
Troll.
But it's not going through the thing here. Hold on one second. Oh, it just shut off. That's the problem. If it goes long enough, this will shut off without a call. Hold on one sec. I'm not going to take your video. Rich.
Okay.
Hey, Rich, you're on the Level Up Show. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
We're doing great, man. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Why don't we talk about Arkham Knight?
Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight looks really great. It was delayed into next year, unfortunately, but nothing wrong with that because the more time they spend on it, the better.
So happy games aren't being rushed into the holiday this year.
I just wish they wouldn't have announced the release date of like October 2 weeks before delaying it. That just kind of comes off as shady.
Yeah.
I think there was something to that there. I don't know why they did that. But I think for the PS4 especially with the exclusive Batmobile stuff, and that, I think it's going to be really cool. Scarecrow stuff. I'm really excited. I still need to finish City, to be honest with you. I'm very close to the end. I've got it on my PlayStation 3. I need to get that done before Night comes out.
Oh yeah, the ending of City is amazing. I think you'll like it a lot.
I hear really good things about it, and I know that it's really important as far as the setup for Arkham Knight.
Rich, you really inspired Dean in this too, by the way. He's all about Batman.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's huge into superheroes. Spider-Man is his favorite, though. I think, if I heard right. What else are you looking forward to, man? The end of this year, because we'll be talking about that later.
End of this year, really looking forward to Far Cry 4 and that co-op.
Definitely.
That's what I'm all about. Far Cry 3 was one of my favorite games that came out the year
same
before.
here.
Jump in, jump out, co-op, and co-op that you don't even need to own the game.
No, it is a little bit limited, but you do know that, right?
Yeah, it is limited to a certain number of times and certain time period or something like that.
Well, only certain parts of certain missions.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But I still think, they're giving us free content.
Right, there's parts of the game that you could join in and be like, hey, listen, I'm about to get to this part.
Yeah.
Come play with me. And because you're probably not going to get it right away, right?
I have no idea. It depends on what comes out at that time. But I think that since it's only for PlayStation 4, I have to imagine it has something to do a little bit with the PlayStation Now software. But they did say they're going to release a dedicated application for the PlayStation 4, which is going to be a really big application actually, because it's going to contain most of the game. And thank you, Jungle Juice, for your friend request. But yeah, I'm really excited for Far Cry 4. What else is coming out this year?
There was a lot. Remember that whole list I showed you? Kotaku was writing about how October itself is going to be big.
October's jam-packed.
There's
Evolve.
Evolve is probably the big one for me overall. Yeah, it's big. I mean, I don't know if anybody has watched a lot of, there's actually gameplay, competitive gameplay videos where they've done almost competitive esports gaming on it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of strategy involved. Me and Mark were actually multiple times, including 4th of July. We had like an hour-long conversation at the bar about it.
Yeah.
Just like strategy about like one of the medics and like the strategy with one of the monsters and like how to work around. Like, and there is so much to that game that it's not just run and gun and hope your friends back you up. There's a lot to it. So I'm all about that. And then Assassin's Creed is probably my second.
Yes, Unity looks amazing.
Definitely. Any other last ones you want to throw in there, Rich?
Well, I think the elephant in the room is Destiny.
Oh yeah, definitely September 9th, I think, right?
You know what's funny is I completely forget to mention that just because I feel like everybody wants to play that game.
Yeah, July 17th for the beta. So anybody who hasn't gotten into the alpha when it was that 4-day alpha,
join the beta, play with me and Drew.
Because I think everyone that's a PlayStation Plus member gets into the beta. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and to be honest, anybody that wants to get into the beta, all you have to do is go to the Bungie's website and sign up for the beta, and they'll let you in.
We're gonna start like a clan for the Level Up show.
Yeah, I already have it set up.
For sure, Rich. So yeah, look forward to that. We're going to be going all out with Destiny at the end of the year.
See you, Alex.
Definitely.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
See you, Rich.
All right, see you. Bye-bye.
Good call.
Yeah, thank you, Rich, for calling in.
Yes, thank you, bud. And Alex, have a good night, bud. Thank you for staying with us. And that was his first time watching, so.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for watching, man. We'll go on to our next news segment. We shut off Skype for now, guys, but of course we'll turn it back on after this third news segment. America, of course. I thought this was kind of interesting, and this has a little bit to do with what we were talking about earlier. Shuhei Yoshida, Broshida, as some people call him now, who is just a lovable guy. Everybody likes this guy from Sony. He doesn't quite understand only wanting AAA games. He had an interview with a website called Games Industry in response to there being too many indies and not enough AAA at E3 and stuff like that. And here's what he had to say. I do realize there are certain reactions like that, but that's nothing new to me. What's important is the variety that we're offering. Almost every week you see an indie game coming out digitally on PS4. Some of them are really, really interesting, beautiful games. We're fortunate that they are creating games on PS4, and some of them are choosing to launch their console versions on PlayStation first. It's fortunate, it really helps. When you compare it to the launch of PS3, we had a very small number of digital games. They were very limited in terms of numbers, and many of them were arcade classics at that time. Now they're original concepts. I hear complaints about the lack of AAA games. I do realize that some people are only interested in big budget AAA games. I don't really understand those people. I don't know if they've tried some of the indie games and they've decided they're not interested. Maybe they haven't tried. That's a key question. With Resogun, which we offered for free for a very long time on PlayStation Plus, not every PlayStation Plus member downloaded it. And that's a great, great game. That's a key question for us. And you've heard me talk about it. Resogun is one of the best games on PlayStation.
Right.
And if you're not getting it just because it's $10 when it's not free, then you're missing out on an amazing game. Not every game needs to be a $60 AAA title. Like, Resogun is amazing, and you are missing out on a great game. So I completely agree with this, and we're going to keep talking about it. Go ahead.
I don't think it's that great.
You haven't played it.
It looks so stressful.
That's the point.
So here's the thing. There's a difference. So Kristen, I'm going to give you credit for being able to sit there and watch people play games because I can't. I get too bored and anxious, and I want to play them.
Yeah.
And Drew gets the same way.
Kristen just doesn't understand that some games are meant to be stressful.
Right.
Well, I don't want to be even more stressed out in my downtime.
That's fine.
That's fine. You don't have to be.
And there's a lot of people that are like that. And that's why games like Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon and all the Sims. That's why games like that exist because they're a way to get away somewhere else. Yeah. But there is a strategy. It's almost like sports.
Yeah.
This is our substitute for playing basketball because I obviously don't play it.
In real life, Berkey agrees with you.
Yes.
He or she thinks it's too stressful as well. And also, Rough is rich, just so we know. So Rough, we'll keep track of you in the chat room. Cool. Thanks so much for your call, man.
Here's the thing. Why would I want to get so worked up that I throw controllers and start sweating? That isn't fun.
It's not fun for some people. I understand what you're saying.
We get it. And I'm not saying that you're wrong.
No,
I'm just saying
not wrong.
There's different gamers. There's a lot of different gamers.
I'm somebody that likes that. It's addictive, and you want to beat your story. Yeah, I was playing a demolition run the other day, and I realized when I lost that I hadn't blinked for 10 minutes, and my eyes were watering and bloodshot. Because you cannot blink by the time you get to the very end of Demolition.
Right.
You cannot. You may not even be breathing. You don't even realize it that you stop breathing and blinking.
Drew, I'm sorry, but we're gonna need to stage an intervention.
Because
This is how you get to 23 in the world.
This sounds an awful lot like self-torture or something. It's just like you can't look at,
it's just a sensory overload.
like
but
is
it's
Chris
so much
gonna
fun.
come home one night from work to you with like your eyes propped open, like in a Clockwork Orange, and you're
I'll
just
just be like, breathe.
You know what? I enjoy it. I enjoy the adrenaline rush. It's what I enjoy. I understand it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But I will say that you are very much missing out on a lot of games if you are looking at $50, $60 price tags and saying, oh, those are the AAA games, and not buying $10 games because they're done by small little studios. Child of Light is another example. Child of Light is 15, I think, bucks. That's a great RPG, and you're going to get like 10 hours of content out of that. That's that's a full length game for a lot of people. So another game you'll be missing out on is Child of Light.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people in this room are not like that. I hope that anyone who is like that, they might try and open up your horizons a little bit, broaden your horizons, and look into those games a little bit, especially if they're free with PlayStation Plus, because you've got nothing to lose. So, all right.
Yes.
A little bit of a rant there.
Embrace Sin says the new ship editor in Resogun is a blast.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, everybody loves it, even you.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and it's so cool that they did that. It's just really cool.
What was it called?
It sounds more and more like Resogun is going to be that game from that episode of Star Trek that everybody gets hooked on.
Yeah, it's an
have you
addictive
played
game.
Resogun yet?
Yeah, everyone's talking about it because it's a lot of fun.
I have a question. Whatever happened to that guy who was playing that game?
Don't Starve.
Is he still playing?
I don't know.
I haven't looked. I know he was at 1,000+ hours.
He was above 1,000. Yeah.
Right. He was well.
1,000 days is what you.
I'd like to see if he died yet.
Maybe he'll come back when the new expansion pack comes out for the Giants or whatever it is.
I stopped myself at 9.
Yeah.
I got too nervous that I was
I
gonna
still
die.
died. I just kind of left the game. I'm at the 65, and then I left. I could jump back in and continue from there. But like I said, once I got past winter for 2 times, I was just like, I can venture out and see what else is out in this world. But I feel like I finished the game in a way. I feel like I beat the main.
So what you're saying is, if you were in a zombie apocalypse, you would find a place to live, build your shelter, and just deal with it. Because
survive the winter and continue doing that every year and survive your winters and live your life. I'm not gonna go searching for the. But
you don't want to know why.
Why would I want to go searching for the deer clops?
Wow.
I don't need to find the deer clops. You can find me someday, but I'm not gonna find it.
Rick said he saw him a week ago and he didn't die yet.
Does that mean he's at like day 2000 now?
And also, Nocturnal 716 says he's a day 1,193 plus.
Wow. How many hours? Does it tell you how many hours that is, Nocturnal? Do you know how many hours that is? Are you still playing it right now? Like on the side, snap mode or something?
Oh, I'll drop my.
That's impressive. Yes, Evan and Hare.
Drew.
Stop talking. It'd be funny if that wasn't. I like that was Drew. Stop talking. For sure. Yeah, go on to the next story.
So this was something funny that I pointed out to you, and this I feel like this gives you a little bit of the light on what Nintendo is actually dealing with.
Yeah.
As far as Yoshida and the president, the management team and everything. From the shareholders conference. One of the shareholders exclaimed, "I don't understand video games, and I even feel angry because at Nintendo's shareholder meetings, the shareholders always discuss things relating to video games or such childish topics as what the future of video games should be, while I, for one, was flabbergasted that Mr. Iwata continues to hold his position, although he had said that he would resign if the company's performance was bad. I hope that Nintendo's shareholders meetings will become an opportunity where the shareholders discuss the company's business operations from the viewpoints of capital gain and dividends."
Okay, before we start bashing this guy, before we start bashing him, he's entirely correct when it comes to Iwata, I think.
Oh, I agree.
Iwata said that he would resign if the Nintendo wasn't doing well, and Nintendo is not doing well.
They did vote him back in though.
They did. That's what I'm saying. But he said personally he would resign.
Right.
That's what they do. They resign. That they shame themselves and they resign because his approval rating was down in the 70s. I think at one point he was low. And that's very low for a Nintendo president to get down to. And that was at the time that they were doing dreadful.
Right.
So they're bouncing back a little bit right now with the Zelda hype.
Yes.
And Super
Brothers
Smash hype, all that kind of stuff. So I think he'll make it through it just fine. His approval ratings go back up. But I do understand what he's saying there when it comes to Iwata.
Her Super Smash Brothers.
Iwata.
Do you like Super Smash Bros?
Iwata.
Mario?
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
clan,
The
fighting
fighting
game. Have you ever seen that?
I mean, I
She used to
played
play it.
like
She actually brought that up and she played it.
Super Mario Galaxy and stuff. I played
Oh,
That's
no.
different, yeah. Super Smash is like a fighting game with all of the classic Nintendo characters.
I would like
Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Mario,
I would love
Bowser.
They have a really good one.
Link,
You have
Samus.
Nintendo consoles. You should get it.
Yeah, it's
I have Super Nintendo.
it's one of the most popular games on Nintendo.
When I was at a thrift shop today, I saw they had a section
Thank
with
you, Stinky.
tons of old like Super Nintendo games and everything.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah?
how expensive?
I didn't look.
They
Okay,
have GameCube games?
I don't know.
I have to go check it out.
I'll have to check that out.
Thank
I
you,
almost bought
Ninja
Danny
Killer.
something. I
Yeah,
almost
thank you for
bought
your friend
Danny.
request. We really appreciate
And
that.
Pussville
Everybody
Scott
else,
finally added
please.
us, too.
Oh, Pussville Scab, thank you for adding us. Anybody who wants to add us, please do. Everything is on the TV right there, from Twitch to Twitter, Facebook to YouTube, and our PSN IDs.
Yeah. But on to this guy. I feel like this gives you a little bit of an insight to what the, I guess, corporate business industry is like for some of these guys.
Yeah.
And you have a company like Nintendo who is not at their peak by any means, but they're not bad and they're still creating good stuff.
Yeah.
But they're dealing with idiots. That and not really idiots. I mean, I'm sure this guy's a great
Ignorant.
businessman,
People.
but he's very ignorant to what he bought into.
Yeah.
I don't think he understands. I mean, Nintendo started as
A card company,
right, well,
then
not
a
even-
toy company.
Before that, they were like a small appliance company.
They went through a lot of different
Right.
phases. They even did like weird like it almost seemed like sex toy objects at
Yes.
that point. They did a lot of weird stuff.
But you've been in this industry for 20 odd years now.
yeah.
So I feel like you, at this point, to ask a question like that means you aren't very smart in the business world because you didn't really do research on what you were buying into.
And Nintendo's response to it was very, very kind.
Right.
They were just like, they kind of just like, oh yeah, we understand your feelings and all this kind of stuff because they can't really, they have to acknowledge.
Right, they have to
shareholders,
acknowledge
and they
him,
all have
you
a
know,
part.
Yeah, he's valuable to them, but at the same
Yes.
time, they were just gritting their teeth and going,
I
"What
trust.
an idiot."
I wonder how big of a shareholder he was. I don't think I ever saw how big he was. If he had like this
Yeah.
percentage, or if he was just one of those little guys.
Right.
But every shareholder matters, and Nintendo knows that. So they're not going to change their tune because of this. But maybe this will kind of bring to light that not everybody knows what they're buying into. And sometimes
Articus, I hate you so much.
Do they really have that?
what?
No, don't acknowledge it. He'll show him the comment. Kristen, why don't you read the next
Yeah,
story?
your last story.
Look at the comment that Articus made. Thank you, Minican, for the friend request.
What am I reading, Blue?
Blue.
Sony, it would be unfair to not release The Last of Us for PS4.
I agree.
I agree as well.
America.
America.
Why do you keep saying America?
Because
We're from America.
Oh, America! The Last of Us is considered one of the most
Don't correct
significant
me.
titles of the last console generation,
It's okay, yeah.
winning countless awards. It would be almost unfair for all our new fans to never play a game like this. I agree. It's a great game. We've looked at PSN data and can see a huge proportion of PS4 players haven't experienced The Last of Us yet. Really? That's hard to believe.
There's
a lot of people
a lot
that
of people
didn't
that-
have a Sony system before they traded in their Xbox and Nintendo system for the PS4.
Supposedly, it's larger than half of PS4 owners have not played The Last of Us. That's how many people have migrated over from Nintendo and Xbox consoles.
This is quite indicative of the shift in the market
Yep.
and the many players who have migrated from competitive platforms and we're glad to welcome to PlayStation.
Yep.
Ow!
Definitely.
America.
I really hope that anybody who hasn't played it obviously does. And if you don't play it and don't plan on buying it, watch us because we're going to be streaming it for sure because it's a game that everyone should experience
Right.
in some way, shape, or form.
It's like a movie.
It is like
It
a
is.
movie. You
It's
could
better than most
totally
movies.
watch it and enjoy watching it all by itself.
I'm excited for this to come out, even though there's still a very good chance I'm not going to get it.
Mhm.
I'm very eager to see other people play it for the first time, and then see the reactions to certain scenes on Twitch,
Mhm.
or Ustream or whatever they use. So
Some quick thank yous. Thank you, Rich, for adding us on Skype. Thank you for these Twitch and Twitter ads.
Pus-filled scab. Greg?
Yeah, Greg Verga decided to, I think, re-add us on Twitch.
That's it.
thank you, the
And
Razor
Jordan
220.
B.
And Jordan B on Twitter, and the Razor 220, the futuristic Razor with 220 blades added
Nice.
us
Oh.
on PSN. Thank you for your PSN request, man. We're going to open up the Skype lines. Skype us.
Skype.
Mark will post it in the chat room. It is the Level Up Show.
That's a thing you can do.
Spelled exactly how it sounds.
Yeah.
No spaces. Rich called in earlier with an excellent call, so we hope somebody else follows suit.
Prozac, you really missed out, but you're actually getting it better because it's going to look even better on the PS4.
And you don't even
Big
just get The
Red
Last of Us. You
Fox.
get the add-on. You get Left
Skype
Behind,
Us.
which I still never played.
which you didn't play. I did, and
And I have it. I
it's one
bought
of
it.
the best story DLC of any console generation, anything I've ever seen. It's the best.
Phil Scabry added us just to hear his name again.
Yeah, and we totally called you out, man. Thank you for re-adding us on Twitch. Anybody who adds us on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, anything like that, PSN,
Please do it.
Please do it because we'll shout you out because we want to show our appreciation for
I
you.
mean, that's not most important. I mean, yes. I mean, I guess getting your recognition is great.
People love to be recognized, and we love to recognize
I'm
you
running
guys.
now. Getting tone pass.
Guys, please call in on Skype. What do we got in the chat room? You know what really grinds my gears? What? Nakub79, what grinds your gears? Let us know.
While we're waiting for that though, Bigger Cos was asking, isn't YouTube coming to PS4 by the
It
end of the
is.
year?
They announced that at the
Definitely
E3
by the end of the
conference.
year.
You know what
It's
should have been at the
definitely coming
console
this
at the
year.
beginning of the year? YouTube.
Yes.
Sup?
Sorry,
Google
just-
Mr.
Yeah,
Skello.
Google Mr. Skello, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Slayer Man.
Slayer Man 777, we just shouted you out.
An average. Oh, what was that?
Why
An
there was-
average Joe. Average Joe.
Yeah.
Remember?
I mean, that's because we call him Average Jew. We messed it up.
JEAUX. Average Joe.
Average, not average. Someone asked about HBO Go. I heard recently that it's very soon, coming to both Xbox One and PS4. But the problem is, I don't know if Comcast is going to support that because I know with PS3 I can't get it to work. Because
really?
Comcast, they don't support
Comcast is the best company in the world.
They are the worst when it comes to those
Oh.
kind of things for sure.
That's right. That's what I meant to say.
Rough. Shouts out LBP3. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the additions to the little Big Planet that 3 will offer. I hope it's more. There's more to it than just co-op
I
play
love Art.
with Little Big Planet 3. I hope
Yes.
I hope that the create mode is much more
and
deep.
to answer that, no, is going
Probably
to be the
not.
answer.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Nocturnal had said he'd spent about 400 hours on his base alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Impressive, man. Dedication right there.
Proud to be an American.
Nice. Slayer Man asked, any God of War for PS4 news? Only that Cory Balrog is hinting that he's working on God of War. That's all we
Yes.
know. He hinted at it last week. I hope that's true because he's the guy behind God of War 2, which a lot of people consider to be the best of the God of Wars.
Are we getting a phone call or something? Or?
No, we're not. No phone
Guys,
calls.
Skype. You guys have been so quiet. I
There
don't
needs
like
to
it.
be a Miley Cyrus game.
That would be the worst. It's called.
There
No.
doesn't need to be a Miley Cyrus game.
Probably not.
I'm
I think we're
sorry.
okay with that.
I'm sorry.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
gonna be that guy.
There might be. I'm sure. Intervention's been doing really well on TV, so she'll probably get featured on that video game when it gets made.
Hey, we can get Drew onto one of those episodes if this Resogun thing doesn't
Yes.
like
Right.
100%.
level out.
Dragon Sword says Final Fantasy 14 is the game. From what I played of it, it was a lot of fun. I wish I could kind of commit to spending money on a monthly subscription. I just can never bring myself to do that.
Do you want to give your opinion on Dying Light?
On Dying Light, you know what? Right now, I don't want to say too much because they're taking their time to improve it. It sounds like you know they delayed it into next year. They're
Here's
focusing on
my
different
opinion.
platforms now.
Right. Here's my opinion on Dying Light. They better.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
I
my
wasn't
opinion
that
on Dying
impressed
Light.
on the E3 stuff and the VGX stuff. I just thought it looked like Mirror's Edge meets Dead Island, but more so just the next iteration of Dead Island. Thank you, Stinky, for a message. I'll have to check that later. Sorry, Stinky. During the show, we try to focus on.
Have
the
we
show.
heard of Pong? As in
one of the earliest games of all time?
game, like the video game, or the game with balls?
Yeah, Chris, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Why didn't we?
Good, how you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Well, I'm calling quick and give you guys my mid game of the year.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Talk
Definitely,
about
man.
later.
Do it.
It's gotta be South Park.
Okay. You know what? I'm getting close to the end of that game, and it definitely is a contender for sure. It's funny that it's a PS3 360 game. It's not even a next gen title, but I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to agree with you, Chris. It's just it was such a long wait for it to come out, and it actually lived up to the hype. I think.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it sticks with people, because typically when you got a game going through development hell, which I guess you could say South Park went
It
through.
wasn't, because it was developed fine. The problem
It was
was
delayed
the,
4 times.
The fun, no, it was the final part of it
Uh-huh.
at the end. There was one delay, which is, I mean, at this point, I feel like that's expected and okay and welcomed. But the other 3 were because of the BS with the THQ and the licensing the properties.
But that is development hell because people thought, that's obviously going to affect development, switching publishers and all this kind of stuff. That causes problems. But in this case, it does. I mean, it does typically cause a problem.
When?
Anytime that
name a game that went on forever. Duke Nukem Forever switched actual developers.
Yes.
The development team. This game was completed, done, and ready to ship and put on disc, and all they had to do was change the logo, and there was licensing issues.
Last Guardian might be a perfect example of this. They had a new guy come and head that title. Final Fantasy 15 might be an example.
Chris, you're tearing us apart!
No, typically when a game goes through development hell, something usually gets lost in translation, whatever you want to call it. Something happens in development. You don't know. Chris left us. But you don't know. You don't know for sure because you don't know what the game would have been if it would have come out at time.
Kidding. But I didn't mean to scare you. I apologize.
Yes.
Scared him.
Come on now. But I think that the reason South Park is it's an exception to that rule, and I think that's why people are really surprised by it. I think people were expecting the worst with that game.
Connection.
Okay, I think people were expecting the worst with that game. That's all I'm saying. I think that it was delayed so many times, and it went through all these different publishers and whatnot. They were like, "How is this game still going to be good?" And it really was. It stuck. It stayed true to the hype, I guess, from the very beginning.
Right.
And I think it's great. So it's definitely on my list of contenders. Let's move on to the next segment. How about
Bushy Boo? I do talk to you. I argue with him, not you.
Bushy Boo. Bushy Boo.
All right. Here we go. Someone asked about this earlier. Cliff Bleszinski is officially out of retirement and forming Boss Key Games. That's a really cool name.
So happy.
That's a cool name for a studio. Boss Key
He's one of my
Games.
favorite developers just for his candid nature.
And the logo is pretty cool for Boss Key
I haven't
Games
seen
as well.
it yet.
Yeah, check it out.
Pull it up.
On Twitter,
Boss Key Games.
he said, "I am officially coming out of retirement to make video games again. Stay tuned here for details in the next 7 days. Hashtag don't call it a comeback." And then following that, a little bit later, he recently announced that he was founding Boss Key Games, along with EA producer and Guerrilla Games co-founder Arjan Brucey. And the trademark says Boss Key Games will be making online games, maybe keeping to his word that he will never make a disc-based game again. I still wonder if he's going to stay true to that promise. And there's also, finally, a countdown timer for July 8th. I wonder if that means the first project reveal.
That's perfect.
I hope so.
24 timer. Kristen recognized it right away.
Oh, okay.
God, Drew.
Sorry, I'm not as big a 24 fan as she is. But yeah, a lot of excitement there because Cliff Bleszinski is one of the
America.
One of the faces of game development.
100%.
For sure. He's got a big voice in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it for so long, and
Yeah.
he's definitely very
Passionate.
Yeah, I guess
Do you
that's the best word
guys,
for
do you
it.
think he burned some bridges? He was very critical of the industry.
He was, and just recently I talked about something I kind of didn't like him saying was to Corey and you at Naughty Dog, talking about how it's not worth it. Like, why are you putting so much time into these games when no one's going to appreciate your work? Remember when Corey and you was saying she was working long hours and sleeping overnight at Naughty Dog?
Yeah.
And he was like, why are you doing this? No one's going to appreciate your work. In the end, it's not worth it. It's like I don't like that at all that he said that. It's like, do you not have pride in your work?
That's not true at all because you've seen his stuff and it's actually a good.
So why did he say that? I just think it was very weird for him to say
think
that.
there was a loss in translation.
Maybe.
I'm gonna put mine definitely.
Yeah.
So.
Biohazard.
Biohazard.
Take the bun out of your hair. It's ugly as.
It's not a bun. It's called a bandana. Get it right, you douche.
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. He's talking to
probably
me.
was.
He's
Yeah,
talking-
I think he's talking
He's talking about my bun. Oh.
Nocturnal, thank you for your Twitch heart. Nocturnal, thank you for the Twitch heart. Really appreciate it. How about you move on to a sad story following that
Sad
happy
story?
story?
Yeah. So Crytek, we kind of touched on this for a minute or two last week.
Yeah.
Very small. We didn't know very much, but they were, supposedly they were getting paid.
Yep.
Stuff like that. It's actually developed more. New developments point to more trouble ahead over the past 2 days. I've spoken with 4 people connected with Crytek's UK studio, which is currently developing the Homefront Revolution game, which looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
In concept. We saw the trailer for it and all that stuff. According to those people, Crytek's UK staff has still not been paid the full amounts they are owed, and this week, according to 2 sources, the staff at Crytek's UK office handed in formal grievance letters and went home. One person familiar with the studio estimates that around 100 people have left, though it's unclear how many people plan to leave permanently and how many would like to stay with Crytek UK, which has been consistently losing staff for the past few months. This is very upsetting to me for two reasons. I'll get into that. The current rumor is that Deep Silver is looking to buy them out, and insider Tidux is also stating a rumor that Sony is looking to obtain them, which I would actually be okay with for one of the following reasons. I'm going to wait till the end. Just so you guys know, Crytek has done a lot besides, I mean, most people are going to, obviously I said Homefront, and they're going to relate it to Crysis, which is their most popular one for the average consumer. They also did Rise.
And they own that IP.
These are all IPs that they own. I think I stated that. But they also did Rise, which, although it wasn't a great game to many people, the quality of, I guess, graphic, ability in there showed through, and it was very, very good. They also own Hunt, Horrors of the Gilded Age, Arena of Fate, Warface, and the one that really upsets me the most is something I've been waiting for years, and that's Time Splitters. I completely forgot that they're actually the ones that own Time Splitters.
Yeah.
And I am dying to see a remake of that.
Yeah.
So if Sony does buy them out, I am perfectly okay with this, because that is a perfect title in their repertoire.
I think that's it's probably wishful thinking on that
Oh,
part, just
100%.
because Tidix recently, or Tidix, however you want to say his name, he's been getting his rumors and like stuff
They're
wrong.
out there.
He's been getting them wrong for a while now. Like his E3 stuff was way off.
I feel like he's now. I think before he had insiders, and now he kind of lost them, and now he's just reaching.
Yeah, he's definitely lost his reputation over E3 because he got a lot of his E3 stuff wrong.
Yeah, there was like almost nothing that he got right.
Yeah, he said Guerrilla Games was going to be there. He said Media Molecule was going to be there. All different kind of stuff like that, and he was wrong on all of them. So, so I wouldn't really rely on his. But Deep Silver, I think that pretty much is like a for sure thing. They are kind of looking into it because it's not for sure yet they're even going to be sold or bought out. But Deep Silver is looking into it.
It's very problematic in general. I mean, the main focus of the story should be the fact that they're in trouble.
Kristen, are you pregnant?
We cannot see any games from them. No.
What is
No,
up
I'm not
with us
pregnant,
today?
just a little
We
fat.
have, I didn't realize how many Canadian viewers we have.
Nice. I just made it to Canada in South Park.
Yeah. America.
Yeah.
All right.
I love how
Oh,
the Canada anthem is in the background when you get into Canada. It's like, oh, Canada. It's just in the background. I love it. It's really good.
Canada.
Sorry, go ahead. Your story,
Right.
Kristen.
Do I look pregnant?
What?
No.
It's
Go
my
ahead.
turn.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Peter Moore. Gamers are uncomfortable with industry growth.
Uh-oh. I have to plug in my computer.
Oh, I thought you already did.
I think the challenge sometimes is that the growth of gaming, there's a core that doesn't quite feel comfortable with that. I don't get frustrated, but I scratch my head at times and say, look, these are different times, and different times usually evoke different business models. Different consumers come in, they've got different expectations, and we can either ignore them or embrace them, and at EA, we've chosen to embrace them.
Oh.
Aww.
It's really, really, really
I'm not
interesting.
done. We as an industry have to embrace change. We can't be music. We cannot be music because music said, screw you. You're going to buy a CD for $16.99 and we're going to put 14 songs on there, 2 of which you care about, but you're going to buy our CD. Then Sean Fanning writes a line of code or 2, Napster happens, and the consumers take control.
I hate the last part of that.
Why?
Saying like it's so bad the consumers take control. I just like it's
No,
like,
I think that was actually like I think he's like saying like lead the revolution.
well he was saying that it was bad that the consumers took control as far as Napster goes. And I feel like that's just very anti-consumer. He could have done without that part. I get what he's saying. I just don't think he should have said at the end like, oh no, the consumers take control. It's very
Well, because they
anti-consumer.
weren't delivering in the right way to us.
Yeah.
So.
I like Peter Moore usually, but I feel like EA is corrupting him a little bit.
Yeah.
With his
I
like
agree.
PR speak here and stuff like that. There was he said another weird thing this week as well. I can't remember what it was, but people are kind of been like, oh, Peter Moore, what's happening to you?
Right.
Like you were so like, you just stated your mind before. You were so like,
Right.
you never, nothing held you back, and now it's like total PR speak from him.
He's being very PC.
Yeah, so I feel like that's probably EA being on his, breathing down his neck, like,
Right.
you know, he can't do those kind of things anymore. But I agree with some of what he's saying. I shouldn't say that, like, I don't, like, just because of the whole anti-consumer thing at the end. He's right. I mean, like, the industry is growing, and we as gamers we're always afraid of change.
Right.
You know,
100%.
And we shouldn't be. I mean, things are getting better for the most part,
Yes.
I would say. Just because we have to download our games digitally now and stuff like that, it's also convenience, you know. Just because we don't own the game outright, we own a license. But I love downloading digital games. I love the convenience. It's really cool. I still miss we talked about it before. I miss the physical media. I miss holding the box in my hand.
Yeah,
the box
I
art,
agree with
Smelling
that.
it.
and smelling it. Smelling the manual, which we don't get that anymore either.
I used to have this book. Remember I showed you the book?
Yes.
It was it was a Magic School Bus book. And they went to space, and I could still smell that book like it was yesterday.
Smells are just very
It
important.
smelled, to me, that's what I thought space smelled like.
Yeah.
Outer space. It just
Spike,
smelled
have a
like,
good night. Thank
like
you for joining us,
cardboard.
bud.
Smell is the strongest of those like memory inducers, for sure.
Vantera, stay on tonight. I'm gonna play with you late tonight.
What's he playing?
Battlefield.
Battlefield. Cool. I think that was the last for our
It was.
stories. Yeah. So how about we open up the Skype lines one last time and try and get as many calls as we can? America.
Okay.
So guys, please call in on Skype. Mark will post it in the chat room.
Lion Hammer misses the manuals because
Already.
the art was
Already did. It is the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces on Skype. Please call in. We are online, ready for your call. That was quick. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, the answer is yes.
Hey, Dan. Thanks for calling in, man.
Hey, how you guys doing there?
Doing
Great
great.
yourself.
Wonderful, wonderful. You know what, you guys, I really do like the, well, you guys call me Henry Dan. I appreciate that.
No problem, man.
So I have a couple of things I want to talk to you about tonight. I have a very minor gaming rant for the PlayStation, and I'm finally going to tell you guys a little bit about why, and I'll keep it very brief, why I have this wonderful, fantastic radio voice.
Okay, finally, we're getting below the surface. Finally, like it's a bit
Finally, yeah. You know, I feel it's so funny too when I call you guys. I still get very nervous. So just bear with me, okay?
You still have your radio voice, so it's all good.
episode 30.
Okay.
Episode 30, yeah.
I got a email from PlayStation about because I'm on the beta program, I guess, for the PlayStation Now.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So and I liked it. I actually liked the whole setup, but they said that they were going to show. They said there was some updates to it, and also said they're going to show a pricing structure. So I said, okay, get to see what it's going to look like before launch. Turned out that they're now charging the beta testers, and I said, really, already? And I don't even understand, Drew, the pricing structure.
I talked about this. I don't either, man. I don't understand it at all. Did you see when we talked about the pricing structure?
I missed the show because I was busy, so I don't know if you talked about it. I don't think so.
Yeah, so let's fill some people in maybe if they don't know. But here's the thing: every game is a little bit different depending on if it's a smaller title or a bigger title. But we went with examples such as Final Fantasy 13-2. Now I can get Final Fantasy 13-2 on eBay for not even eBay, on Amazon. You know, like new for $17. That's how I can get Final Fantasy 13-2 for. Now with PlayStation Now, I think it's like a 90-day rental is what, like $30 or something like that?
Yeah, I think they have like 30 days, 7 days, 30 days, and 90 days. I think it's like $15 for 30 days.
And for 90 days, I think it's $30. So why would I spend $30 for 90 days when I can buy the game outright for $17?
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. And I think the worst one I saw was Guacamelee, because that game is on the PlayStation Store. That's not even Amazon we're talking about right now. That's on the PlayStation Store for $15 new digitally, and a 90-day rental is $15 on PlayStation Now. So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because it's actually on Sony's store for $15. Like, why would I rent it for 90 days when I can buy it for the same price on the PlayStation Store?
Yeah, I don't think Sony, I don't know what's going on. Sony's not really seeing the reality of it, because you're right. It makes no sense when you can actually buy it for cheaper, for keeps.
Definitely.
You know, and I don't like to rent the game and pay that much money, and then all of a sudden they got to pay it again. If I want to play it one more time, I got to pay another $30. It makes no sense.
Well, here the hope is though that this is a beta, right? And people are going to complain. I hope you're complaining about it in like your beta membership stuff. Complain about it, and hopefully they'll change this, or maybe they'll keep in mind the idea of a subscription system. Maybe we'll have like a Netflix style thing going on where you pay a monthly fee and they give you this much stuff for, you know, this many games per month or whatever like that. I think that would work better. I would rather have a subscription service than a rental fee.
I agree. I think that's a really good idea. I would rather have it too. I would pay that. I just don't want to pay a la carte for a game I'm not even sure if I'm going to like. There's no way of even testing the game before you pay for it. So I think that would be actually a good idea. I think so.
Yeah, as long as the price is right. They would have to get that right as well. The subscription, maybe it's $8 a month. I don't know. Maybe it's the same as Netflix. It might be a little bit more because, games versus movies. Obviously, games are more expensive than movies. But yeah, I think that could work out if they price it correctly.
Okay, well, and I think so too. I also think hopefully that they will give a little discount to the PlayStation Plus members. I know that's wishful thinking, but
I completely agree. I've said that every time I talk about PlayStation Now. I really think that they should find a way to award PlayStation Plus members. They do it with almost everything on PlayStation, so why not PlayStation Now?
Agreed, my man.
So are we going to get into why you have the radio voice? We're excited.
Yes. Well, I live over here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I live in Oakland. So last season, I got picked to perform the national anthem at 2 Oakland A's games. Wow. Luckily, they won that night. So that's one of the reasons why my voice sounds the way it does, because I've been singing for a long time.
That's awesome.
And then, let's see what else. I have everything written down, okay? Okay, no, by day, my day job, I'm an insurance agent. But by night, I'm a YouTuber. I do blender reviews. I represent the Vitamix blender, and I'm on Facebook under Blending with Henry. And if anybody wants to get a Vitamix blender for free, I am giving one away on my Facebook page. All they have to do is come there and press the like button and just say they want to get it, and they'll be entered in the contest.
Nice. You know what, Henry? You've been with us for so long. Feel free to throw that stuff in the chat room as well, now that you've said it on the show.
Okay. Well, see, it took me a long time. I really, I know this is a video game show, and I don't think people really want to hear about blenders, but I also kind of feel, I get really apprehensive about boasting about myself. I don't know why. I've been in sales for so long.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, Mike is also in sales for a long time.
Oh, yeah. No.
Ah, really? Okay.
But okay, now we know more about Henry. Thank you so much, man.
Oh no, thank you. And just want to say hello to Kristen and Mike. I love that bandana, and of course the hipster pimp over here, Mark. Nice to always talk to you guys.
Henry, you're always one of our best callers, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, Drew. You take care.
See you, man.
Henry is the most.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Follow Henry if possible on all his different channels. Sounds like he's got his own YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff. And he's giving away a free blender. I kind of knew that actually about him because I looked at him up a little bit and I did see his picture, which is awesome. It's like an orange background, kind of like a 40-year-old virgin style, and it's just him smiling, and it's blending with Henry. It's awesome. I love it.
So welcome to the Level Up Show, where we stalk you.
Yes.
So a friend of mine was asking me about the shirt, whatever, and I was saying that oddly, a few people earlier said I look like LeBron James, which I don't understand, and I was asking if she agreed because she saw me earlier. She sent me this.
Nice.
Right?
Shout out to Richard Ball and Cloud1
for following us on Twitch and YouTube. I'll say it one more time. Richard Ball, thank you for subscribing us to on YouTube, and thank you Cloud1 for following us on Twitch. Once again, let's start over. 155, 186. We'll just jumped in the room. Guys, if you don't know who we are, we're the Level Up Show. We're a gaming dedicated video stream on every Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Andrew. This is Mike.
America.
Mark and Kristen also here. They're in the chat rooms with you guys. Mark is Marked Words, and Kristen is Kristen Says Be Nice. Please chat with them, and they'll relay questions to us as best they can.
GFN, where are you?
We would also really appreciate any ads, follows, hearts. Twitch.tv/levelupshow. Please go on there and heart us. Go on Twitter at the Level Up Show, level spelled LVL, and follow us. Like us on Facebook, and please subscribe to us on YouTube because we archive all of our episodes on there and have a whole bunch of other original content as well. It's youtube.com/the-level-up-show, level spelled LVL. Finally, lastly, our PSN IDs. I am Drew M1788, and Mike is Noob Guru.
Yeah.
Rick, I was just worried about you.
Jexter says hi.
And also thank you to Ruff for a friend request. I saw that earlier.
Too. Yeah, I pointed that out.
Yeah, you gave a little thumbs up, but we
actually said hi to all of us. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Thank you everybody for your friend request.
Rick has been up for 30 hours.
Wow, that's not safe, man.
He's staying awake for the rest of the show.
Okay, well thank you for that, but make sure you get some sleep because that's unhealthy. Do something to that.
Rick, I just called you out because I missed you.
What did
Let me say, everyone loves Mark's legs in his shorts, by the way.
Show your feet. Show your feet.
No, I don't do that.
I think
I'm a classy kind of guy.
our Skype lines are still open, guys. We'd love to take one more call from you guys. Mark, would you post it one more time, please?
Yes.
In chat? We're up to 193, guys. Can we get to 200? Come on, get us to 200.
It's because of my
Wieners
legs.
wants to know what the 1788 means in your username.
That was, at the time, I was 17, way back in the day, and 88 is my birth year. I just always stuck with it, even though I'm no longer 17.
You know what's funny? I actually
it kind of
always
rolls off the tongue. I still
That works.
Before I
It
knew
sounds
your
like
birthday-
an important date.
Yeah.
Well, before I knew his birthday, I thought his birthday was January 7th.
Yeah, a lot of
Because
people
it was
think that that's what it is.
I knew you were born in 1988, so that makes sense.
Show
So.
some back half, Mark.
No.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you,
friend
Paul
request.
George fan.
The Razor was asking. I think he sent us a friend request.
Paul
earlier.
George fan. What?
Okay.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to turn off my my notifications real quick again, guys.
Guys, we'll be right back with you.
Well-
Continue talking.
Anyway, the Razor, who I think friend requested us earlier, was asking about Bloodborne. I know he brought that up a couple different times. I'm really looking forward to it, kind of. It seems like it's going back to its Demon Souls roots.
We're back.
All
Hey.
that fun stuff. Blood,
I feel like I
gore,
should do that.
crazy monsters.
No, probably not.
Sorry, I was turning off notifications. So I
We were talking about
Bloodborne,
some-
and going back to like the
Razor.
original stuff.
Nice, yeah,
20 was asking about it.
awesome. Foot fetishes, yeah. Calm down, says Hey Howie.
Yes, Howie, I did hear about Claude Giroux.
Watch Dogs or GTA 5, guys?
Butt grabbing.
We got GTA 5 coming to PS4 and Xbox One, so Watch Dogs
We still
or
haven't had a
GTA
date
5?
yet.
We don't have a date yet. I still haven't looked into for sure when we said our bets date-wise were 197, we're almost at 200. How about, what do we do if we get to 200 this week? I think I'll do Pterodactyl Andrew.
Yeah.
I think
Gotta do Pterodactyl
I think
Andrew.
Mark should show something.
Yeah, show more leg.
Everyone wants
Think-
Mark to show stuff.
it'll be GTA 5.
I mean, Watch Dogs did not live up to the hype.
Oh no, 100%.
Honestly, the way Watch Dogs starts out is people are playing and they're like, yeah, Watch Dogs is kind of fun, and then a week later they come in and say, I'm kind of tired of Watch Dogs.
And that's
A game should last you for a game as like big and supposedly as expansive as Watch
Right.
Dogs should last you for longer than a week.
Yeah,
To say like, I'm kind of done with it.
Oh, we did not hit 200, did we? I didn't see
No.
it. I only saw
No.
197. I
What
don't.
will happen when we get to 200? Should Mark show his calf?
I'll show my back half.
Mark will show his back half.
Welcome Hood to the room. I think that might be a new user with us. Thank you for joining us, Hood. Rich, you're welcome.
Ridge Racer.
For doing the show. He just thanked us for doing the show. We love doing it.
I don't want to show my
Dying
feet.
Light or Dead Island 2.
Dead Island
second
2.
there for the shout out. You're the best. Second, but I feel you're first.
I would say Dead Island 2 just because it's clearly a dedicated next-gen title.
100%, yeah.
So
I'm gonna agree.
I love those next-gen dedicated titles, for sure. The
Wait.
Division.
Division, 100% buy.
Yeah, it looks great.
Well, we still have. I mean,
We have a
what
long
we
go,
see-
yeah.
what we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
But what we've seen so far, it looks great. So I mean,
I didn't post this as a story because I didn't want to bring down the Division hype. But did you see the supposed developer from Division say that they already have incorporated
Microtransactions.
not microtransactions, downgrades. They've already downgraded the graphics according to him.
Okay.
I kind of called that. You remember when I saw it at E3? I said it didn't look quite as good. That was just my opinion. I didn't think it looked quite as good as I remembered it.
Bye,
looking.
I don't care
Tempest.
that
Still looks great though.
Yeah.
We do this every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep, that's correct.
Yo, Mark, can a brother get a nip slip at 200?
No. We would be bought
We're
around
199.
199.
I am not that
One
kind of
more.
guy.
Mark will show his back.
We just can't hit that
hands.
200. 200 Pterodactyl Andrew for now. We'll do,
No, he's gonna flash
And
his
his
hands.
back
We'll do
hands.
both.
We'll do both because we love you guys that much.
We're not gonna get to 250, so it's not.
We probably won't get to 250, I don't think.
Right.
Probably not.
One more.
Not until-
If we start getting close to 250, we'll come up with something.
And
We'll,
Mark will
we'll
show
cross that
some
bridge when we
leg.
get there.
anyway, moving on.
300 is Dinosaur Team.
Oh my god, we're all dinosaurs at that point?
Yes.
Okay, I like that.
I'm just laughing thinking about that. Can you imagine how awesome that would be?
Definitely.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Our children would judge us.
Guys, our Skype is still active. We'd
What
love,
is this?
We'd love one more call. If you guys would please call in.
2 of 2. Do it.
All right,
How do I even show back
I'll be
halves
Pterodactyl
on-
Andrew.
Pterodactyl Andrew.
Just stand up and just.
While I'm
Still
pterodactyling,
fucking bogey.
I'm not. All right, whenever you're ready.
You want to come up? Wait,
Calves from you.
How about this? How about like?
You gotta like flex the muscles too. while
Yeah.
you do it.
Okay. Ready?
And I'll show my feet.
All right.
Go.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's your foot.
No. Yeah.
All right.
The hell is going on right now?
All right.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, look at those.
You look like Dr.
Oh, look
Kelso.
at that
Sexy
calf.
back calves.
He looks like Dr.
Nice.
Kelso.
Turn around
Dr.
and
Kelso.
cough, Mark.
Yeah, Dr. Kelso had those really awesome calves
Right.
and scrubs,
Watch out,
yeah.
watch out.
And now we're down to
Yeah, but-
167. Everyone left.
Everybody
They got what they wanted.
They're just like this got weird.
They got what they wanted and then they
At
left.
250, Mike shows his chest.
Oh, you don't want to see
No.
that.
Don't you put that evil on me.
It was just like, why is Mike wearing a sweater under his tank top?
Thank you,
Oh
Rick.
my god.
Where's Dave tonight? And also,
Where's David Lee? I didn't
did
see
you
him.
hear anyone see that Greg said he just did a mushroom?
Well, that's not
Did
good.
we not see that? He said.
Yeah, I did see that
He
earlier.
said I just did a mushroom.
I just didn't really acknowledge it.
Mushrooms are
Oh, that's
great.
awesome, Hood. Supposedly we're on the top of the list on PS4 right now.
Cool.
Yeah, because lately everybody's not really watching stuff on live from PlayStation.
Well, and this is not only that, but people are away on
everyone's on
vacations.
vacation.
You know, it's
stuff,
one of those
yeah.
things where it was really you saw how upset. You know, not upset.
You
but
were
like,
upset, and then
I
you
was really-
realized it's like
right.
it's okay.
Right, because we were at like almost 400
The week before,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were at an average of 340, 350 for
Yeah.
a few weeks in a row, and then also we dropped to 150, and it's
Yeah.
just I don't know, it's weird.
It seems
So-
to totally coincide with summer, so I think that's what we are kind of going with right now. It seems
Yeah.
like everyone's on their summer vacation and stuff like that. We might bounce back, but we have no problem being at 200. We love having everybody here. Thank you so much for joining us. We're the Level Up Show, gaming dedicated video stream on every Sunday.
Mystical Mama really wants to know
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
if Mike is a Jewish man or a Muslim man.
None of the above.
I'm a Jewish Muslim.
It's a headband.
Both.
It's a headband.
All of the above.
You know why? It's America.
America.
Yeah.
Mike, you didn't show your head yet.
I haven't. No one knows that it's actually. Well, I mean,
You can't really tell.
No, you can't because it looks like it's just like a
Why
hat.
don't you
Yeah.
reveal it?
At 250, we reveal what's going on with Mike's head right now.
I forget who it was, but somebody had said Mike reminded them of Hattori Hanzo.
Zach, we know you're in there every week, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
every week.
thank you, bud.
All of our people that come every week, there's a bunch of them. We really appreciate you guys. We love our return viewers. That's like the most important thing to us is that you guys come back because that means we're doing our job. I guess because it's not our job, obviously.
Right.
We do this for fun.
At TGL asking what games they should buy, I think you should buy all of those.
Yeah.
I called you out earlier, Mike. Thank you, Evan and Hare. I appreciate that, Carlos.
At 400, Mike gets a head tattoo.
I think you're safe. So okay, at 400, Mike
Sure,
gets a head
that
tattoo.
sounds great.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Sounded like 300.
Right.
350.
Guys, watch this shit now.
I regret this decision. Quick.
Billionaire CJ asked if we went to E3.
I wish.
I wish. Maybe next year if we get enough of a following and we really feel like people would appreciate that. But
Watch
this
us
year,
more, and we'll go to E3, and we'll bring you with us.
and we'll do a broadcast from E3. But this year we just did it from here. We did our E3 coverage. We did the best we could, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
What is going on? No, Ace Kills.
White LeBron is Mike. Yeah, you're getting that
I'm
lot
getting
right
that a
now.
lot.
Yeah.
It's the headband.
Is that thing? Is that really it? Like, if you wear a headband, you're automatically LeBron James?
Hood just said America.
America.
Fuck yeah.
I want to say thank you to Chasing Shadows for following us in Speak 3.
TG
And also-
Rapid, you'll see my hairline in a second.
And also a big thank you to J-Dog for following us on Twitch. Really appreciate that, man.
yeah, thank you, bud.
We're waiting for one more call. We're not
Guys,
moving on to
Skype.
get one more call.
Skype us. Talk to us.
Thanks, Jago.
Verbally.
Yeah.
Why
Audible.
you gotta be so
Yeah.
rude?
Do you think PlayStation is better? No. I mean,
Yeah. Right now, maybe.
right now maybe, but I think both systems are really good. I really can't wait to get my Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, especially like the TV stuff. Where I completely forgot about the fact that you can even though they took away some of the Kinect stuff,
Yeah.
you can just sit there and just be like Snap TV,
Yeah.
and then in the corner of your screen you can watch TV while you're playing a game.
Yeah.
And I mean that's a big thing for personally,
cool.
just because I like watching stuff while I'm, whatever. I don't know.
Calling, guys. There you go. Tempest calling.
And there we go.
I thought he left.
Tempest, thanks for calling in, man. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Actually, what I was going to actually talk about the game Sniper.
Sniper.
Have you guys actually played it? Yeah, have
we
you
haven't
guys
played
played
it, so we'd love to hear what you have to say
I
about
wanted
it.
to get it, actually.
Yeah.
I almost did.
Go ahead, Tempest. What do you?
Actually, I had a time getting it. The stores were sold out, so I ended up going digital, which I'm tending to be doing a lot more now than I used to. So I'm kind of switching over to more digital, anyways. But the game is actually really, really good. I'll just leave it as that. It's great shooter. I thought I would get a little bit bored with the shooting part of it, where you kind of see the different kills.
Right.
But it's not boring at all.
There's
Actually,
a lot of moving around I saw that you have to do. You can't just keep sniping from one spot.
No. You kind of keep moving around. You also can do, sneak up on people. You can slit their throat, stab them in the back.
Well, that makes it good right there.
It's really, really good game.
That's awesome. J-Dog just said in the chat room that he thinks Sniper Elite is awesome.
So
and
Linehammer. By our rating system, buy, rent, or pass.
Buy.
Really?
Okay. Bye, guys.
Yes, buy. Yeah.
Top 3 reasons to buy and not rent.
Yeah, tell
no,
us
I wouldn't rent it. No, it's actually that good. I was actually really surprised with it, and it's a slower paced game too. You don't have to. That's what I like about it. Kind of reminds me of the old Ghost Recons and stuff back years ago. So.
Definitely.
Who doesn't love a good?
Does it have like a lasting appeal? Does it have a multiplayer mode? Does it keep people?
Yes, it does have a multiplayer mode, but I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to go on the single player mode right now. I'm trying to rank up my character.
Okay, cool.
It's a ranking system as well. So and build up, and you can add parts to your guns and stuff like that. Like there is a little bit of I guess maybe you call RPG element to it, like whatever. But it's actually really good.
Nice. That's great, man. Thanks so much for the recommendation, guys. Sniper Elite. Tempest really likes it, as well as Lionhammer and someone else in the chat room too. So that might be worth checking out for some of you guys.
And I have to also say, Resogun is awesome.
Oh,
I had to throw that in there too. So
it is. It really is. Resogun. Yes.
Actually, I don't. I know you were talking about this earlier about the independent games. I think they're very important for PS4. I actually buy a lot of them. I'm not like I like my AAA titles, but I think these independent stuff, it's actually what keeps me going back to gaming, and I think it's the way everyone should be. So, anyways.
Definitely, I agree with you, Tempest. Thanks for calling in, man.
No problem. I'm glad I was one of your last callers. So take it easy.
Nice.
Bye.
See you, Tempest.
I want to shout out to Chasing Shadow, who has been with us from week 3.
Cool.
Leaders for you, J-Dog 1316, and that is it for now.
And Cloud1, all those guys have added us on Twitch.
Dexter gave me a little flack. He said either watch TV or play the game. Don't do both. I'm going to defend that. When I'm playing certain games like SteamWorld Dig, where there's not a lot of story elements or something like that, it's just mundane gameplay.
Yep.
Yes, I'm going to watch TV, especially because most TV shows I watch are boring anyway.
All right, so how about we'll shut off the Skype lines for now, guys. Just because we're going to move on to our next segment. Are you ready?
What is our next segment? Oh! That's now?
Yes, if you want to do it. Are you ready?
Fine.
Did you see my paper?
Rant time.
Alright, so my rant this week, I actually do have one because I'm getting really annoyed of hearing bitching and complaining about this. Everybody, all the time, every year, especially around the holiday time, bitches. Oh, Call of Duty, it's the same old shit every single time. Oh, Assassin's Creed, it's the same old shit every single time. Well, you know what that reason is because your damn wallet opens up and gives the money back to them anyway. If you really are that annoyed that it's the same shit every time, how about you suck it up and just don't buy it for 1 year and say, hey, listen, I can play the old one. Because guess what? It's always the same shit, just reiterate it anyway, and that's what you complain about. So instead of just getting the same game, like the same Madden every year, and showing them that you're willing to do that, show them that you're willing to wait the extra years for big improvements or even downloadable changes. Don't keep giving them the money. Quit your bitching and actually do something about it. Speak with your dollar, not with your mouth and not with your keyboard, because it doesn't do a damn thing. America.
And that was what really mashes my joysticks with Mike.
But buying the same thing year after year and hating it still is...
That is America.
That's so American.
That is. That is America.
That is American.
That is
right?
America. If you keep doing that, you are America. And so can you.
Definitely. Real quick, let's acknowledge all of our PSN friend requests. We haven't done it. That happened.
Oh, by the way, that happened.
Look at this right here. Yeah, nice bald head right there. Black Mold, Boxhead, Brendan Brown, C since 2000, Hamza, Jungle Juice, Kishuzin, Ninja J Killer, N Minikin X, PTZ, Pus-Filled Scab, Rubber Band Man, Rough Man, and the Razor 220. Thank you, all of you, for your PSN friend request. We really appreciate it. And we just received a message.
Thank you from Hamza.
I don't know about invitation. Let me get out of the PSN app so it doesn't keep doing that.
Yep.
But thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate all of your ads. That was a short little rant there from Mike. So how about we move on to our topic of the week?
Topic of the week?
Sure.
We're doing like our half year in review, game of the half year, things to look forward to in the next half year, all that kind of talk right now. Now, I kind of wanted to put some candidates down just to remind people what has
still get it.
What?
Dope X's. The guy looks like LeBron.
Oh, and someone said you look like Zangief. I agree with that one.
Thank you. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Thank you, Boxhead. No, damn it,
Maybe
you
he
messed
was
it
a
up.
bit taller.
Okay, but thank you. So here's a little reminder of what's come out this year. Just so there might be some stuff I missed, but we had Infamous Second Son, we had Watch Dogs, Mario Kart 8, Child of Light, South Park: The Stick of Truth, Dark Souls 2, Transistor, Shovel Knight, The Last of Us: Left Behind, Titanfall, Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, Wolfenstein: The New Order, The Elder Scrolls Online, and Don't Starve. Those are some of the great games that have come out this year thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into what we think is the best thing we've played this year.
You actually... Oh, no, right.
Did I miss one?
No, I thought you did.
Okay.
I feel like you did miss a couple.
Yeah, there's someone here. Go ahead, guys. Put them in the chat room. If I didn't name it, go ahead. Tell me what you think should have been on the list of candidates for the game of half year. Anything that's sticking out at you right now? You okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think because I feel like you missed something.
You seem so depressed.
No, I'm that's my concentrating face.
Yes. Dark Souls 2 for you, Mark. Is that the best thing you've played this year?
To be fair, I haven't really played a whole lot of new titles this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed Dark Souls 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people are going to call it out, and I feel like it's already started. I think
Well,
2 or
are
3
we going,
people said.
from January?
Yes.
January to
January.
current.
So,
Yes.
okay. So.
A lot of people are saying South Park, or a couple people are saying
A lot of
South
people
Park.
saying South Park.
Really?
South Park, yeah.
I'm kind of surprised about that.
I haven't touched Warframe, so I don't want to comment.
No,
on
guys,
that.
this is only going to be for the first half of the year. So
Yeah,
from
first half of the
January
year,
till today.
Yeah.
So
We'll get into what we anticipate for the rest of the year,
Right.
too, but we're just kind of starting on the first half of the year. What do you guys think has been the best game so far, up from January to right now? What is the best game you've played this year? I love Shovel Knight. I hear is great.
he keeps calling you out, so acknowledge for Mila.
Mila Sama Senpai-san, I'm a huge fan. That's awesome.
Cool.
Thank you for joining the show, man. I don't think I've seen Mila before, so thank you so much for coming into the room. Really appreciate you being here. Wolfenstein, I hear, is really good. A lot of people were underestimating that game, and it came out, and I think a lot of people were surprised with how great it is.
How would you get that I'm a Call of Duty fanboy from my rant?
I have no idea.
That was actually the opposite of what I said.
You saying that?
100%.
I think
Call of Duty is the problem.
He's just saying that people. He's more getting on people than Call of Duty. He's more getting on the people that complain about Call of Duty not iterating innovatively year over year. And the point is, speak with your dollar. That's all you got to do. Don't buy the game. If you're going to complain about it, why do you buy it?
Don't buy it.
Yeah, that's all he's saying.
Right. Call of Duty, America.
Just had crazy deja vu.
Battlefield 4?
Right? Didn't we just? Didn't we already have this conversation?
Craziest deja vu.
We already had this conversation, I think, in months.
We have a lot of the same conversations.
This has happened 30 times.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think this has happened 30 times.
This has happened 30 times, yeah. Every
Time is a
episode.
flat circle.
30 episodes, yeah. We should just crush the can right now.
This is so
Time
weird.
is a flat circle. Yeah.
I don't know if I like
Stray Gamers is really looking forward to the Destiny Alpha, but also Destiny itself. Yeah, anticipating for later this year. The Razor says Wolfenstein, good game, not Game of the Year contender though. Billy Reese says Watch Dogs was overrated, way overrated actually.
And I think most people agree.
What do we really have to digest from the first half of 20?
Not too much.
If I'm going to narrow down,
Everything's been delayed.
I would say for me it's between Infamous, South Park, and Child of Light. For me.
Okay. No, don't forget, we don't have Xbox, so we really can't give our opinions on Titanfall and a lot of games like that. And we also didn't get every game. Like, for instance, you didn't get Wolfenstein, but a lot of people love that.
Yep.
You didn't you don't have a Nintendo to play Mario Kart 8, but a lot of people like that.
And another one is The Last of Us Left Behind has left a huge mark on me, and I really, really love that. And I put it on here just because I think it should be on here, but at the same time, it's DLC. It's story DLC. So I hate to kind of put that down because of that, but that's why I'm not kind of keeping that in my top 3, I would say. I love the Left Behind, though. I thought that was great. How about you? Is there anything that's really just like...
I would say personally South Park, in my honest opinion.
I'd say right now South Park is
probably number 1.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's other games that are very good. The reason I wouldn't give it to Mario Kart 8 because I have played it.
Yeah.
It's just because
It's Mario Kart.
It's Mario Kart. So
is that the complaint?
No, it's not.
But it's
I
just
love it, but it's nothing different to where I would say, "Oh my God, this is amazing." You
They
have to
added
play
gravity
this.
stuff.
But
so.
when I'm talking about South Park, look at how many people I told they have to play South Park.
Yeah, and how many people already in the chat room said South Park? It was
Right.
it was a huge.
Elder Scrolls Online, I was really looking forward to,
Yeah.
but I mean, unfortunately, there's been too many issues to where it's it's not worth it yet.
Yep.
Oh God, people are saying 250 viewers. Mike takes his shirt off.
I think you should.
I'll change. How
If
about
you get
that?
a 250,
if we get the 250, I
you
have to have a
change
shirt
on screen.
I'm gonna change right here on screen.
Thank you.
Oh,
I agree.
Let's not do that.
I really think that should happen.
Why?
Don't
We're gonna
Starve.
get Mike's chest coming back.
Don't Starve is another one that I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah,
But
somebody agreed with you there.
But I think that, like I said, it hit a point where it's just like, I'm done with this. And that's kind of the point of that game, is to keep you coming back. Another one is Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. If Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes was 6 to 10 hours long, that might have been a big contender for me. But because it was 1.5 to 3 hours long, that really brings that down.
Right. So guys, please, whatever game has come out since January till now, what has been your favorite? We see a lot
We're
of...
going to open up the lines. How about
We're
that?
gonna open up our Skype. We want to hear from you verbally. We're keeping track of the chat. And there's
Thank
been
you
a
for the
lot
friend
of-
request.
There's been a lot of all over the place stuff. From Stick It to the Man, which was weird. Black
somebody's-
Flag
yeah.
unfortunately came out last year. Let's see what else. I can't actually. I don't know.
Do you guys think Dad Clown will be a good game?
I don't even know
Never
what
heard of
that
that. I don't know if that's real. Never heard of that one. But
Yes,
guys, the
or
Skype
we
line
are
is now
excited.
open, so please call in and we can hear your current game of the year, I guess you could call it.
Someone said Destiny Alpha was their best game of the year.
You know what? That was a lot of fun.
MLB 14, the show.
But, a lot of people like MLB.
That's fine.
Professor X was
It's just
saying
that sports
so-
games never kind of resonate with me, so that's all that was.
Yeah, sports games seem to be more of a
Octodad. You forgot
niche
about
market.
Octodad.
Octodad was a lot of fun, I hear. I didn't think it was good enough to put on the list, personally, but Valiant Hearts.
I mean, Octodad was quirky. I don't think you can give best so far to just something that's purely quirky.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Sniper and Wolfenstein from Tempest. Tempest called in and he really
Right.
likes Sniper Elite.
And the year has been kind of slow so far.
Yeah.
In the
Again,
grand
how
scheme of
many
things.
delays have we had?
Yeah.
Right.
The year of delays.
Best horror for Outlast.
Yeah, Kristen, you've been really quiet lately. I haven't even heard you speak in like an hour.
I know, that's why I'm quiet.
War
Oh,
Thunder.
I'm quiet because I don't speak. I don't speak because I'm
And I have
quiet.
nothing else to read, so
Okay. What's the best game you've seen me play this year?
The Last of Us.
That's not this
That
year.
wasn't this year.
That was last year. Hold on, let's take this one. Hey, Mohammed, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Good. In my opinion, I love your guys' show.
Oh, thanks
the
so
Level
much,
Up
man.
show. It's really good.
Yeah, thank you.
You
Thanks so much.
No problem. As I was saying, I think. What do you guys think about UFC, EA Sports UFC that came out July 18, I think?
I think I only played the demo, and I've watched a lot of people play it.
And you watch UFC.
Graphically, very impressive. I think that they really kind of failed on the submissive part and stuff like that. I don't think that's very compelling, the way they decided to do submissions. I think that it also is a little bit of a turnoff for me that you're punching these guys directly in the face, hitting the button, right where the jaw is, and they're not falling down. Like, that is UFC at its core. Like, UFC is a type of sport where it's one punch. That's all it takes for someone to get knocked
Like
out.
last night.
Like last night, exactly. UFC just happened last night.
I was so pissed.
And that's what makes UFC so exciting. So for the game to just be about just punching the shit out of each other. It kind of it gets away from what UFC is, in my opinion. Now that's not an attack on the game itself, though. But I do hear that a lot of people think the gameplay didn't really hit on all fronts, especially from the submission part. Did you play it, Muhammad?
Yes, I played it. It was pretty, in my opinion, the demo was really good for me. Like, I had fun playing the demo.
Yeah.
But when I bought the game, it just like disappointed me. As you said, like the punches and submissions and everything. The graphics were really good. How they, like, if you punched them, they would like sweat, you know, and they would bleed and stuff. I really liked that part, but it just didn't like hit the part where like I can play that game. Like, I play 2K14 right now.
Yeah.
It's just not like that.
The thing
It's
is,
not like, yeah.
I was going to say, this is their first shot, right, at UFC. They did MMA before this. So UFC Undisputed was done by THQ, and they actually did a really good job with UFC. So now EA has taken that from them, and this is their first try at it. They got the graphics down. I really do think that they really nailed that down. I think it's also 60 frames per second, so great on that. But hopefully next year they can get it a little bit more exciting from the submission front, which is really UFC. It's martial arts. It's about getting all of those different techniques in there, not just boxing. It's where you're just punching each other in the face the whole
We
time.
have two people that commented.
Yeah,
One guy
I
said
agree.
that he canceled it because Bruce Lee doesn't fight like Bruce Lee. And goddamn Batman says it doesn't have enough Batman, so he didn't bother.
There's no such thing as enough Batman, so I agree with that. But yeah, man, Mohammed, I hope they improve it next year.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a little better for all of us.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.
That was a good call. Thanks for calling in, man. I want to keep going on for what we think could be great moving on from this. We got a lot of
So we had a lot of stuff in the chat room. It was all over the place.
a lot of
here,
Infamous, a lot of South Park.
us here, I feel as a collective. Well, maybe not Mark, but us, the two of us would probably say South Park. Would be number one.
Infamous
What
is
would your-
second for me.
What would your number one be?
I really do like Dark Souls.
Yeah,
but
Dark
again,
Souls.
I haven't really
Yeah.
played anything.
So I mean,
this year.
Sorry, we got a call.
I
And
think 2014 has like the best is yet to come.
of the
Literally,
games I've
it does.
named, you've seen me play Infamous, you've seen me play Child of Light, you've seen me play South Park, Transistor, Last of Us Left Behind, and Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. You saw me play all of those. What was the best one in you just from watching me play?
Infamous.
You think Infamous was? Yeah, I can understand that. Infamous is
I
a
like
game you could
Infamous.
watch.
Right.
I think.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, it definitely is pretty. That's one of the best looking games this year so far. From atmospheric for sure. They did a great job with that. So moving on, we've got Destiny.
We have Destiny. That's big coming out. Plants vs.
Sunset
Zombies
Overdrive.
is coming over to PS4, so it's going to reach a broader audience.
Yep.
It was fun over on the
Yep.
Xbox.
The Swapper is a big PC game that people
Swapper's
are
a big
excited
one.
about.
But then, October. So there was a funny thing that Kotaku had posted about October being like hell month for
Yeah.
people with budgets for games. There's Evolve.
Yeah.
There's Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah.
There's Dragon's Age. Dragon
Inquisition.
Age Inquisition.
Yep.
There's The Crew. Drive Club comes out in September.
September or October?
Or October. No,
I think
October.
October, yeah. October like
as
7th
well.
or something like that.
There's a really huge
And
list of
Little
games.
Big Planet 3 might even be this year. I still don't know for sure
Right.
if that was right when he said Christmas during the E3 conference, but that can't be forgotten as well.
Right.
If that's this year, that's actually really exciting. I'll probably pick that up. For
There's
me,
a lot.
it's got to be Destiny for me right now.
Okay.
Evolve's really exciting
Destiny
too.
is probably number one. Well, see, the funny thing is I keep going back and forth between Destiny and Evolve.
Yeah.
Which one I'm more excited for? I think overall Destiny.
They're two very different beasts, though.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Content
So
somewhat different.
I'm gonna agree with that. Yeah. I'm very in the middle depending on which one I want. But also Far Cry 4 is a big one. for
Oh,
me.
I forgot Far Cry. Yeah, that's gonna be really great.
Really big for me. So.
It's actually a really big year. There was a lot of delays. We had The Order,
Right.
and we had Witcher, and we had Batman, Arkham Knight, all delayed into next year. But we still have a good amount of stuff
Right.
to look forward to, I think.
I'm jealous of anybody out there if you
Yes.
have an Xbox
Philly
for
Reese.
Sunset Overdrive. Philly Reese, yes.
The slap bet is still on. We don't know for sure when it is. We just know fall. So, and I'm not getting slapped until I know for sure. I need to. I'm finding that episode.
You better find
and
out because I'm sticking to the fact
I'm
that I
recording.
said October.
That's not fair. I need to look into that.
No, you're just nervous.
I need a recording. There needs to be proof of what we said because it was so long ago that I can't remember what each of us said. It's probably right. You're probably right. It's probably that you said October and I said September, but I need to make sure. So I'm gonna dig into the archives and try and find out what the slap bet was.
I'm gonna start slapping trees.
As slap bet commissioner or whatever you want to call
slapping
it.
buckets of water like an arrow.
How about we open up the lines once again, guys? How about you call in and we can talk about what you're anticipating for the rest of the year? What's the big game you're looking forward to? Destiny, Evolve, Assassin's Creed, Sunset Overdrive, Drive Club, The Crew, Dragon Age Inquisition. There's a lot of great stuff. Stray Gamers think Sunset Overdrive will be repetitive.
Okay. I mean, it could.
Shadow of Mordor, is that this year? I don't think so.
Actually, Shadow of Mordor is like exactly Assassin's Creed, isn't it?
It's very similar as far as gameplay goes, yeah.
Right.
It's Batman meets Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I think if I was
one of the coders from Assassin's Creed did accuse them of that, yes. Right. It does look very similar. Very, very similar.
October 7th comes out.
Hey, Fate Legion Pink, you're on the Level Up Show. How you doing?
Hi. So essentially, give me 1 second, please.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Hey, so I'm just curious. The tactical side, the Thinkers game, it's kind of been getting pushed to the side lately. I was just curious as to what you guys thought about that.
Like strategy RPGs, that kind of thing.
Just strategy, tactical shooters, that sort of deal has just been kind of tossed to the side lately.
No, I think Splinter Cell would just be more like stealth. I think he's talking about like true strategy RPGs, like.
Well, actually, Splinter Cell falls into it, but Splinter Cell Blacklist was even done now, so they did recover.
Splinter Cell strategy.
Well,
but,
no,
okay.
I mean, yeah, in a way, I guess they wanted to be more universal for the audience to bring back the Splinter Cell name. So I guess I can see it. But did you play it with? I mean, if you play on the high difficulty, it got pretty tough.
No, I did play it on the higher difficulty. It was okay. It wasn't the most amazing thing in the world. But I'm not trying to diss the game. I had fun with it. I had a great experience with the story and the online. But it's not just directed towards Splinter Cell. I'm just saying thinking games in general.
Right, and I feel like we kind of talked about this a little bit a couple of weeks ago, or actually almost a couple months ago now, in a different way. We were talking about the more universal reach of games being developed and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like developers are kind of dumbing stuff down to reach a broader audience.
Yeah.
I think that was a conversation we had a few months ago. And I agree, like, it stinks. At the same time, right now, I feel like we're in a growing stage.
Yeah.
And so we're definitely hitting growing pains. So I think people like, Drew, yourself, and me in certain situations, yes, it's not as tough and challenging as it used to be, but it's definitely helping it to reach a broader audience so that games that we did like that are like that could maybe expand and be better than they were when we did play them.
I do think that there has been a little bit of a comeback recently, though. We got Tim Schafer bringing back Grim Fandango, which is definitely a thinking game. We had
literally bringing back the same thing as before.
But Broken Age is new from him, and that I hear is great. And then you also have got Walking Dead and Wolf Among Us. Those are, I would consider those thinking games. The entire purpose is to solve puzzles and stuff like that. So I think that's a return a little bit of those old school kind of adventure thinking games. But more so than even that, what do you think of Phantom Pain? Do you look at that as a thinking person's game?
You see, I've always been a kind of Metal Gear Solid fanboy, and honestly, I am really numb about the Phantom Pain.
Okay.
After what I've seen from Ground Zeroes, I'm kind of cutting down to having little to no expectations.
Okay.
Because it was the way it worked, the way the stealth was, it felt either too easy or just too. I don't know. It felt gimmicky. Something about it just didn't sit right with me. The way the AI got switched over to Hive. Kind of like a Hive AI sort of system.
If I could make a recommendation, I would check out the.
Second they see you, everyone on the post knows where you're at.
Not the entire thing, but I would check out the 30-minute gameplay demonstration for the Phantom Pain that just came out recently, because that really shows the strategic elements that are still in there from the old Metal Gear Solid games. Even the cardboard box is in there, which is obviously everyone loves the cardboard box, but they're finding cool ways to use it in a realistic way, actually. So I actually, when I watched the 30-minute gameplay presentation, it definitely brought back the hype for me. I don't know if you've watched that yet. Have you?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, I have.
Okay, maybe you're still. That's okay. I mean, if you're not excited, you're not excited. But maybe that's a good thing. Keeping your hype and expectations low can be awesome if the game delivers in the end.
Yeah, no, like everybody has their own opinion. You know, I'm not trying to say what I'm saying is stone. Far from it. But I've always liked to torture myself when it comes to thinking games. I mean, just games in general. I want to go for the hardest game that's out there.
I can understand.
And I see what's supposed to be the hardest thing out there, and I don't find a challenge with most games right now.
I feel like I think the calling that you're trying to find is going to be found in a lot of indie titles, mainly PC ones. I feel like the venue that you used to play the games on, where you got those challenging games, it was on consoles, but a lot of those gamers have now switched over to PC, and games that are made specifically for the PC, Steam games in particular, have a lot of those challenges, and I feel like that's where you're going to find more satisfaction out of it.
Fate, let me ask you this too. Not necessarily a thinking man game, but definitely challenging. What do you think of something like a Super Meat Boy?
Super Meat Boy. I've seen people play that. I haven't played that. I really can't remember much about it. But I personally have a hard time getting into most indie titles. Okay. Whenever one catches my eye, it has to be something special for me.
Okay. I can understand your mind frame. I hope something comes out soon in the future that kind of delivers on your expectations.
Yeah, I'm hoping the same thing too. I'm hoping that Rainbow Six Siege kind of brings everything back to where things should be.
That does look really good.
Yeah, like the original Rainbow Six, I think is what he was alluding to.
Definitely.
And stuff like that.
Okay,
so.
Very cool. Thanks for calling in, Fate.
All right, thank you. You guys have a good one.
You too.
You too, man.
Another great call tonight, man.
Yeah.
Good calls tonight from everybody. Thank you so much for calling in, guys. Do we want to keep going with this?
I think we hit it.
We're good. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. How about
Andrew wants to keep going.
Who wants to keep going?
Said you want to keep going.
Oh, I don't know. I just don't know if we've talked about everything anticipation-wise this year. We talked about Evolve. We talked about Assassin's Creed Unity. Are we going to get that?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that looks really
good. I think
good.
we said that. I thought we said that earlier.
I think that's cool that the co-op kind of push that we've got with Evolve and Assassin's Creed Unity.
Right, so
like
Assassin's Creed Unity...
Didn't somebody just rant about sequels and constant sequels of games?
So that's the thing. That's where they do, and that's where I'm actually giving them a little bit of credit with Unity, just for adding the multiplayer aspect. And I'm interested to see how well it does. And after this year, they changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They definitely changed things. Call of Duty, again, they scrapped their third person, sledgehammer game, set in a different time period, modern or future, and went back to the traditional, hey, we have to build a modern/futuristic shooter. And it looks good, but it's going to be a lot of the same stuff. So Assassin's Creed Unity at least acknowledged that they need to change things up again. But Evolve is definitely thinking outside the box. That's actually, like I said, that's my number one, if not Destiny, that's my number one game I'm looking forward to. Okay. Just because it really is outside the box as far as tactics and, arcadey with, strategy.
Yeah.
So,
cool. A wild game was here. How about we take a look, guys?
Okay. Let's go for it.
That was really entertaining, actually.
Mechanic, right? Your crates are safe now. Oh, hey! Welcome to spectacular Sunset City. Okay, here's the situation. A contaminated energy drink has turned everyone into mutants. Whatever they can to get by. Some of them are dicks, attacking others for their stuff. Whoop, just ignore that one there. But it's not all bad. All this place needs is a hero. One who doesn't just survive, but does it with style. Who is this hero? Me! Not me? Oh, sorry. You! Can you survive the many dangers? Can you help others survive? Can you save Sunset City? Can you? For the love of God, can you? Of course you can. It's a f***ing video game.
There we go, guys. This week we're going to be talking about Sunset Overdrive. We're very disappointed that Sunset Overdrive will not be coming to PlayStation 4, but it still is an amazing looking game from Insomniac Studio, so we thought it was worth talking about because it actually isn't that far away either.
No.
Let's talk a little bit about the general information. It comes out October 28th. 2014, and it is developed by Insomniac Games. I'm sure a lot of people know that Insomniac Games are the guys behind Ratchet and Clank and Resistance and Defender back in the day, like way back. But they've been kind of synonymous? Hard to say that word. With Sony for a very long time.
Yes.
But they were never, ever first party. They were considered second party because they had a really great relationship with Sony. But after Resistance 3 kind of performed not so great, it was a great game, but it didn't really perform to what they wanted. I'm sorry, what was that?
Fate's Door.
Fate's Door?
Fate's Door.
Oh, Insomniac shafted their fan base. Okay, you know what? They might have to some people, but I'm still really excited about this game. I still think it's worth talking about. I don't think we should not talk about Sunset Overdrive just because it's not on PlayStation 4.
I'm not saying that. There's no reason why we wouldn't talk about it. We're not an exclusive PlayStation show. I don't even know why that would be.
I think I should be excited about this game, and I'm sure a lot of people watching have Xbox One, so definitely worth talking about. You can see on the screen here we got some good gameplay going from the single-player mode, is what I know. So what happened was during Resistance 3, Drew Mary and Marcus Smith, they began to brainstorm their next big idea. And they went and they wanted to present this idea to Insomniac, and it actually failed. They did not generate interest at all in Insomniac, but since Insomniac is very forward-thinking, they kind of told the guys, you know what, take another week, bring back some gameplay ideas, try and demonstrate what you're thinking from a gameplay perspective. So they did that, and when they came back, they kind of got the vibe that it was this rock and roll apocalypse, and that's what kind of was like, okay, we see what you're going with now. This is cool. We really like this. So then that's when they started kind of shopping it around. Like, who do you think was going to publish this game? And they did go to Sony supposedly, but the problem is Insomniac really, really wanted to retain ownership of this brand, and Sony is not about that. Yeah, they're not about that at all. They do not like to not own IPs anymore because that has bitten them in the ass in the past with Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and a whole bunch of other stuff. So
it's understandable too. It's not like it's a thing where you can be like, oh, well, they're just being greedy.
Yeah.
No, if you look, like Crash Bandicoot was the face of Sony for a while, and they don't own that. And you see what the games are now; they're shit.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that
Lucifer Belmont was saying Insomniac is working on a game for Sony, though.
They are. They're working on Ratchet and Clank, the reboot of the original, but it's not just like a remaster. They are 100% redoing the original Ratchet and Clank,
like almost like frame by frame reshooting. They're frame by frame, like code by code redoing.
Well, they are actually changing the story a little bit too. Actually, they're changing the story to match closer with the movie
that's coming out.
Yeah, so they are doing a little bit of a collaboration there with Sony with the movie. So that's good news, and I'm really excited for that. This is Microsoft's kind of game from Insomniac. Right. So they're not playing size; they're just kind of doing a little bit for both. So what happened was they went to Microsoft, shopping around this idea, and Microsoft completely agreed with everything they wanted. They're like, you can retain ownership, we'll give you everything you need, and that's what happened. So good for Microsoft, good for Insomniac, and so that's what happened. So you guys are watching here, this is a single player mode, and what this is in the single player mode, you are an ex-employee of Fizzco, which is a company that released this energy drink called Overdrive Delirium XT, or something like that, something ridiculous. And this is the aftermath of a celebration for the release of this drink. What the problem is, you heard it in the original introduction, is that the drink is addictive, and if you drink too much of it, it turns you into these disgusting looking mutant zombie things.
I wonder if that's a play on pop culture.
Yes, very much so. That's some people complain about that actually with this game is that it's
Yeah.
so like it's hitting the nail on the head
face.
when it comes on like pop culture and
Don't give a
memes and
shit.
stuff like that. But I think that's the charm for me at least. It looks very quirky and fun, and that's what you want from Insomniac, and something I think they were missing in their later titles with PlayStation, especially the Ratchet and Clank kind of spin-offs they were doing, is it missed that like fun and excitement and charm
Right.
that the old ones had. So it's nice to see them returning to that and kind of getting back to their nature.
Right. Well, it's just really short is the main problem.
Really short. Oh yeah, like the Ratchet and Clank games,
Yeah.
for sure. What's kind of cool though about the main character is that it's up to you to design him or her. You're completely open to change it to a female, to change the clothing, the hairstyle, the tattoos, the emblems, all this kind of stuff. And we were talking earlier about the idea that you shouldn't have to talk about this anymore. And I think that's what's cool is they're not making a
Right,
big
they're
deal
not
out of
making a
that.
big deal out of
It's just like, oh, of
customizing
course you
your
can play as a
character.
girl. Like, why
Right.
wouldn't you be able to play as a girl? Like, I think
Why
that's
wouldn't
really
you be able
cool.
to play as a gay character?
Exactly. You know, you can do whatever you want in these games, and I think that's really cool. So, yeah, a lot of customization on the front of your design. And this guy here is completely different from the design of the main character that you see in the opening trailer. He's got like a very kick-ass thing going on. I think that's what it looks like, a superhero from Kick-Ass. I
It
really
sucks
like
'cause I can't listen to you because I'm so busy concentrating on what's going on in the video.
He's facing, I think, a lurker right now, which
Right.
is the big enemy in the game. You're also seeing an 8... Oh, wait, let's talk about this real quick. I'll jump ahead. This is Chaos Squad. And what
Okay.
this is the 8-player co-op mode.
Okay, this is the one I really wanted to play with you.
Yeah, let's jump ahead and talk about Chaos Squad a little bit. So what's cool about Chaos Squad is that it has everything that you gain from the single player. We'll talk about that later. But what you do is inside the single player world, you just jump into a photo booth, you take a selfie, and then suddenly you're transported into the multiplayer world. Okay, Seconder, let's take this call real quick just because he's been in the chat.
Whoops, our Skype lines are open.
Hey, Seconder, you're on the Level Up Show. How you doing, man? I'm gonna pause this.
Hi, my name is Seconder. I was wondering, do you guys have any info about DayZ?
DayZ? We're not really talking about DayZ right now, but we can talk about it a little bit.
Wait, what do you mean? What do we know about it, or?
Yeah, what do you guys know about it?
Release date wise?
Release date? I have no idea on official release date. I mean, I know there's a little change up going on. The creator behind it is more of a consultant behind it now.
Kind of left the company.
But, you know, it's still on track for everything I hear. You know, I'm psyched for it. I'm just as psyched for H1Z1.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm loving the idea behind a game like that.
DayZ, as far as I still know, is an alpha. It never left alpha. It's got like that early release thing that they've got going on through Steam where people can play it way ahead of time and they're kind of giving their feedback on the alpha. There's still a lot of work to be done supposedly. That it's definitely not coming out this year. It might come out next year for PC first and then maybe PS4 and Xbox One later. They did show some desire to release it on console, and I do think that will happen. But it's an open world game, and I hear a lot of the fun is in that the character interactions, the people in the world like holding each other up and doing stuff like that to steal stuff from each other. That's kind of the charm of the game, for sure, from what we're hearing. But right now there's not a lot to go off of, but you can watch videos online for sure. There's a lot to go around if you want to look into it.
Right.
Yeah, do you guys know like how big the map size will probably? Do you think it'll be like bigger?
No, I think it'll be bigger. It's probably gonna be at most it's gonna be the same size.
It has an open world element to it though, right?
Well, I mean the map size is supposed to be, from what I understand, like the size of Germany.
Okay. Yeah, I guess he's asking if they think from alpha to final.
Right.
it'll
What I'm
get bigger.
saying is it's not gonna be any bigger
Yeah, I
than
wouldn't
the
think so.
map of Arma 2.
Yeah, I think they're just going to focus on like getting all the bugs out, like polishing what they have. Because big team, I don't think they're relatively small, and
Yeah,
their
they're pretty
leader kind of left. He's just a consultant now.
Right.
So yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be.
But that's
like
going to
a
be
huge game.
pretty damn big. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think people realize, when people say, like, oh, well, they stopped making it bigger, I don't think they realize how big games like that actually are, so.
All right, Seconder, I think we're going to get back to our wild game up here, but thanks for calling in, man.
All right.
See you later.
Yeah. But yeah, so where were we? We were at...
we were talking about the 8-player co-op mode. Let me continue that on screen here. Yeah, so what's cool about the 8-player co-op mode is that you jump in and out of it really quickly by going into a photo booth. And what I love about that is that they're not at all like going for realism here. This is a video game. Like it makes absolutely no sense. You just jump into like a photo booth.
Games and anything that's like just really meta and self-aware.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Lego Movie was just totally self-aware. It's like these are Lego.
So meta.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
So meta.
It was really something.
Right, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and this is going for the same vein. It's like,
What
yeah,
you mean
why
you
the hell
can't
would
really
we do that?
skate on a roller coaster with sneakers?
I don't know. I kind of sort of did that a little bit in Tony Hawk sometimes.
Yes.
This guy
Murder.
right here, I think he's one of the big villains in the single player mode called King Scar, I think.
Holy
King
shit!
Stabbed, King
Holy
Stabbed.
shit! Was that Borderlands? Did I just see something from Borderlands?
Yeah, so it looks really good on screen there, but let's go back to Chaos Squad real quick. Now, it's very similar to Horde mode. In that you have these wave after wave of the OD coming, and what they're trying to do is they're coming because they want to take back their vats of overcharged Delirium XT, and it's your job to keep it from them. And you use strategy and weapons and even tower defense elements to keep them away, like traps and barriers and all these kind of really crazy Insomniac style weapons. You know how they are at Insomniac. They love to do really quirky stuff with their weapons. And like the single player mode, the environment, as you saw, is filled with grind rails and all the stuff you would see, like all the ridiculousness from the combo side of it.
Right.
So that's what I think the game looks like the most. It kind of reminds me of Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
You getting that vibe a little bit?
Yeah, and it'll be really cool to see people posting like personal bests and like new giant combo videos.
It's like Tony Hawk meets the first Infamous.
Yeah.
Meets Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank is definitely.
I feel like it's like a perfect combination of those three games.
It does remind me of Infamous a little bit. The thing is, there was like that stylized stuff that you're seeing there, all like grinding of the rails. That's important, not just from like a it looks cool perspective, but it earns you style points in the game, which is really important. Like you want to fill up that bar because you get awards because of it. But not just that, it pushes you. Because when you see that bar filling in the upper left-hand corner, you want to keep like stringing together these combos, jumping on pads and grinding and getting headshots all at the same time. It's kind of like Bulletstorm?
Oh, that was.
The fun of
that was
was
such an
stringing together
underrated
stuff.
game. I love that game.
Oh crap! Who was the one voice actor for the main character? in
I can't remember what his name. I know what you're talking
He
about.
voiced Spike in Cowboy
Forster?
Bebop.
No. I know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know. I forget who it was. Awesome guy.
Yeah.
Bulletstorm was just over the top and absurd again.
And also not really appreciated. Didn't really
Yeah.
get as much appreciation as deserved.
And who's that created by?
Oh, that's Cliff Blazinski?
That was
I didn't know
Cliff
that
Blazinski.
actually. I didn't think that was Cliff.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, maybe.
Time to do a fact check.
Yeah, do that for me. Because I was pretty sure it was.
Another thing Insomniac is really kind of putting out there is that there is absolutely no Kinect integration in this game. Because they're like, there is no way this game can be controlled with anything besides a controller. This is a controller game.
Maybe if you like, it would be really funny if they ended the Kinect like interactivity with you like if you yelled at the screen loud enough, you could like respawn or something.
Yeah.
There.
Well, did you see how the respawn?
Yeah, the respawn is hilarious.
Yeah, the respawns are really clever. Like you'll die, and then all of a sudden like you'll see a gravesite of your character, and then all of a sudden like he just pops out like a zombie, and then you're back, and it's like respawn. And there's other ones where there's like a photo booth comes out of nowhere, kind of from like Bill and Ted, and then just the door opens, and you walk out. Like there's a lot of quirky stuff.
My favorite one of the respawns was with the van.
Just driving by.
Like drives by, opens up the door, and it's a bunch of the enemies.
Yeah, the zombies, the mutated.
Zombies, the mutated people throw you out of the van and then drive away. It's like, what the hell is that?
As they hit their own people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so good.
Moving on from there, let's see. So we were talking about zany weapons earlier. Let's talk a little bit
This is
about
some of my
what we
favorite
know
stuff.
of.
Right.
You saw
They have,
a weapon wheel, right, on the screen.
Right, which is cool because you can have a lot of them at one time.
Yeah, 8 at a time.
Huh?
Cliff Blazinski was a designer for Bulletstorm.
Yeah,
okay, I
it
thought
was
so.
published or was made by People Can Fly.
Okay, good call.
Yeah.
Mike got it right.
And Epic Games.
Let's talk about a few of the weapons that we know of.
These are awesome. I love all these crazy weapons.
Yes, that's so Insomniac.
That's my favorite part of Ratchet and Clank games.
Okay, that's it.
We got TN Teddy. TN Teddy is a grenade launcher. You see it in the gameplay demo there. It shoots out teddy bears, but they have dynamite strapped to them. And then when the thing detonates, it detonates in the form of teddy bear head with boom inside of it. It's really cool. I really like that a lot. Then you also have Captain Ahab, which is a really
gun.
ultra-powered harpoon gun.
I love harpoon guns.
And then you also have, this reminds me of Shaun of the Dead, you have the High Fidelity, which shoots vinyl records out at such a high speed that they're like saw blades and cut off the heads of the mutated.
There was something that was like that. I think Unreal Tournament had that.
I think Dead Rising kind of has stuff like this too, right? Like really crazy weapons.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And all these weapons can be found in game, but I read this as well, and I'm not sure what to take from this, but it also says that they can be purchased
through
from
in-game
in-game stores. I don't know if that means money, real world money,
microtransactions, or like games, like in-game currency.
Yeah, I hope in-game currency.
Right.
I really hope. I'm hoping for no microtransactions on that side of things. But the game is ever evolving. That was the thing that they really pushed at the beginning because of the cloud. The power of the cloud, that they'll be able to constantly update this world with memes and social commentary and stuff like that.
I really hope all of that content comes from like a cloud in the game.
Yeah, that would be so perfect. Very meta.
Just like
thunder and lightning, and all of a sudden you just see something drop out of the sky.
It's like we have a new update. It's just like, what's it coming from?
You missed. You can actually advance your weapons too.
Yeah.
So they even brought the abilities and amps can be attached to the weapons.
Yeah.
So they were bringing up the fact that you can attach a tornado ability to a sword.
Yeah.
So as you hit people, it does a really high speed spin.
Instead of updating your weapons like you do in Ratchet and Clank, which is just like a level up system,
Which I'm fine with.
That's fine
normally.
too. They're trying to do something different here. What
Right.
it kind of reminds me of, I think I saw compared on IGN, is to the materia system in Final Fantasy VII. You know,
said the words.
Yeah. You know, in Final Fantasy VII, you take materia and you put it to your weapon, and that's what adds abilities. That's exactly what this is. South Park is another example.
Right.
In
right.
South Park, you
Something
add
else.
abilities onto your weapons.
Diablo, same thing.
So it's kind of like that, but the updates, the abilities are called. What did you say? I can't remember the name
Amps.
of them. Amps. And they're very crazy. Like you said, they're tornadoes and just ridiculous stuff like that. So yeah, it's quirky to the nth degree. It's just it's everything in the game is just social commentary and memes and just ridiculousness the entire way through, which is what makes it look so attractive to me. I love the colors and the fun, and I'm really disappointed that this is the game Insomniac decided to not put on PlayStation.
Right. They kind of screwed us a little bit on the last few Ratchet and Clanks. They screwed over Overstrike into the disaster known as Fuse, and then they decided to go jump over to Sony with this. Like, you're a dick.
Over to Microsoft with
Or,
this.
sorry, Microsoft. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing for sure, but it's a no well, yeah, for sure. That's it for us for Wild Game Appears. I think we're wrapping up
for the night.
Yeah, that's it for the night for us. But real quick, guys, we're the Level Up Show. We're a gaming-dedicated video stream. I think a lot of people are leaving now. We've been on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. But guys, before you head out, please make sure that you add us on all the different stuff here. Twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Please heart us on there. You'll get email notifications whenever we go live. Follow us on Twitch or Twitter at The Level Up Show. Level spelled LVL. Like us on Facebook, and please subscribe on YouTube. At The Level Up Show, level spelled LVL once again. And finally, just a quick shout out to Beast NJ, who is in the room a lot tonight. He is linked through our YouTube, and he also does a lot of videos for us. They're called Game On, and they're video blogs. He's got a lot of good content on his channel as well. So please subscribe to us and subscribe to him as well. He's kind of a part of The Level Up Show in a way. He likes to help us out with some videos here and there, and he's going to keep doing that. And then finally, please add Mike and I on PSN. I am Drew M1788, and Mike is Noob Guru. That's it for us. Thank you so much, guys, for coming into the room tonight. Kristen's asleep. No, she's not, but she's kind of asleep. I hope you guys come back next week. It'll be Sunday, once again at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Only one unit. Thank you for coming in. Love you too. Only one unit. Rough, thanks for coming in today, man.
Thank you guys for all the friend requests that we got tonight. Great.
We got one more real quick. We got Toxin Lover 3333 on Twitch. Thank you so much for following us on Twitch, man.
We good?
Really appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're good.
Grayson, thank you.